Hello, folks. I almost forgot about this one, yeah? Haven't started it? I guess we just go. Starting with... Actually, I haven't done this. Only one roll. Only 110 roll. If I get her, I get her. If I don't, I don't. Let's go. Nope. Meet him. Oh. 2 5 stars. Can't be sad about that. Falling like fireworks. Hey, so what's your name, Nymph? I know nothing about any of these people. Well, most of these people, probably. You must be bored of nights like this. The ones where the damp cold fog creeps up on the roaring fires of the furnace. Ash permeates the air, its choking stench a constant assault on the nostrils. Hard to imagine being able to sleep like this, cramming a whole day's worth of work into an all-too-short dream, before awakening to find that things remain unchanged. A black city, black stones, black clouds, and a blood-red flame, ensconced in a furnace unchanging since time immemorial. Okay, ensconced. I have heard of that. Ensconced. Past tense. Establish or settle someone in a comfortable, safe, or secret place. Ensconced. Interesting word. No, this is not particularly conducive to a good night's sleep. At the very least, something should fill the dreary silence. Something like... You, Nymph? Of course, the furnace. Kazdel Residential District. Oh, hello. Guitar strings. The fire of the Soul Furnace is Kazdel's sun truest. It dries our children's clothes, warms our warriors' hearts. Hello. Stamps hoof to the beat. Moo moo. There's no better place in Kazdel than the plaza by the furnace. Those stingy little hawkers haggle with some loser mercs. Who does sarcasm wearing do you think you're mouthing off about? Your skin stinks. Going on all day like a broken horn. Weapon maintaining mercenary. We didn't lose to the Victorians. We had to... What were those again? Tactical retreat? The fighters consoled themselves, calling it tactical retreat, yes. Right, it was a lactical defeat. That's funny. But even his burning beasts know his knapsack is now empty. His daughter's not seen him in years. Now looks at him funny. The crowd warming by the furnace nod begins to laugh. Bonk. Suddenly an ear-piercing sound rends the air. The laughter abruptly stops. The wire's an angry mangler beast. His hands like claws reach for my throat. Won't someone come to save me? Pro. Oh, she will. Over here my savior comes. Hello. Overwhelmed, girl. Ceremony starts in 5 minutes. Knock it off. What did I say about putting your music sheet in the cordon, snapstring? Get your clutter away from the furnace already. And you, Steel Skull, back off from the cordon a bit. Unless you want your burden beast buddies to burn their fur. Oh, it's you, Nymph. Joining in on the fun? Relax, this broken furnace only spits out sparks. I know better than you, right? Settle down. My head nearly got crushed, but now I do recall. I wanted to give the souls in the furnace one last farewell song. No, I mean, no need for that anymore since the souls did get released, quote unquote. I get it. Not everyone's 30-something like you, but things are about to change. The furnace used to burn revenants for power, but we're about to switch to a new source of energy. Ermengarde? Hermes says tonight's ceremony will be really important to get the revenants to come out. If something goes wrong and the furnace goes boom. Steel Skull, are you even listening? I saw much worse out there. Even the feline's cannons barely even singe these guys. So what's a rinky-dink oven going to do even if it blows? The fire's just right tonight. Might as well get my blade reforged. Harumps happily. Why? Won't you guys listen? Fine, I'll do it myself. Hey, don't tug on my burden beasts, they... Wah! They'll think you're playing with them and knock you into the dirt. The unreasonable is now reasonable. You bully so you don't get bullied. Our ancestors seen enough. They're about to go flying free. That's dumb. Sarkas don't bully Sarkas. Well, I don't know about that one, buddy. Disdainful whistle. The mic doesn't pick up whistles. Ow, that hurt. The plaza's packed. Are you really going to tell everyone to go home one by one? You'll need more than one set of legs. Can't you just, I don't know, use your Dial powers to scare them all off in one go? No, nuh-uh. That's simply out of line. Sarkas don't bully Sarkas, remember? Also, you should never ever treat the Dial's powers so lightly. Okay. No wonder you're the kindest Dial. The kindest. No, the nicest Sarkas in all of Kazdel, Nymph. Now go break a leg. Hey, they also have that expression. Nymph looks behind her at the Furnace Node Plaza, filled to the brim with raucous singing, peddlers hawking their wares, and hammers beating on weapons. In the distance, the Soul Furnace towers above, belching out an acrid, thick black smoke. A careful listener could hear the faint screeching of the revenants. For the past 200 years, day after day, it has sent energy to the Furnace Nodes, which then passed that energy on to the countless homes in Kazdel. I don't know what will happen to the Revenants after the ceremony. Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. Come to think of it, I don't know what a Revenant even looks like. Well, they're like an amalgamation of souls. I promised Ermi I'd make sure the people in this neighborhood were safe before the ceremony started. Why can't the Sarkas in Kazdel just do as they're told? Well, they're stubborn. What is the meaning of this? Are you going to let me finish reading or not? Another fit? Oh good, why don't you milk this out all night? It's not as if you're the one paying for the ceremony, are you? Oh hello. Fremont! Which means Ermengarde. It is. Ermi seems to be Ermengarde then. Enough. I don't like being here and inhaling these noxious gases either. If you could all be a tad bit more cooperative, we could get this sober with and be on our separate ways. I shall just carry on from where I was interrupted, not that any of you are listening in the first place. The duty of the Soul Furnace nears a close. The torment of thine burning body hereto shall end. Thus, under the eyes of the myriad souls do I pray. Well, I guess they're dead. If I could offer a comment through the ceremonial recitation states pray, you ought to know that this is more of a notice. Also, await these rites in peace. Spread not thine suffering means pipe down and don't cause a ruckus. Things are rather hectic in the city right now, and if you could just wait until I have a moment to spare, I'll give you all the pomp and circumstance you need. When the time comes, do as you will, whether that means going home or staying here to help. Hell, get into a fight if that's what you want. Just don't tear down the city walls while you're at it. Did you get all that? Speak up if you did. The rites mean nothing. We have waited and suffered for too long. You threw us into this furnace. Too long. The burning. The scorching. Well, good on Mr. Tin Man then, huh? Yes, I understand you've been through a lot. Just to be fair, I didn't throw you in there, and we the Sarkas today are not ungrateful. What we're doing at this very moment is trying to get you guys out, so pipe down already. Millions upon millions of nights traveling through the dark. My kindreds, my screams have been drowned. Young Lich, a mere child. Insincere, insolent, ignorant. Still your tongue, cease your lies, and get thee gone. Ooh, I've never heard get thee gone. Sarkas swearing. You better do as you're told if you know what's good for you. I've tried to keep this civilized. Act your age already. You're over 10,000 years old. Freaking grumpy ass. As the wizened Lich rants and raves, a stray glob of slag splashes across his face. Yep, there's Ermengarde. Finally remember her name? Master, is everything alright? The gauge indicates that the furnace energy output isn't stable. Is something the matter with the ceremony? You require my assistance. Stay back. You're not needed yet. Tirade of sarcastic swearings. Mark my words, if these geriatric fools aren't taken care of by tonight, I'll be Manfred's personal shoe shine. What the hell? So the Soul Furnace is essentially a home for the agent. That's funny. He's also coughing. General, you've been standing guard all day. You should take a rest. Now's the pivotal moment of the ceremony. Nothing can be allowed to go wrong. Ascalon, go. Take your positions. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, report to me at once. Yes, sir. Seems Kazdel is still somewhat chilly this time of year. Oh, hello. Hey, you really ready to meet your old pals? Today is a crossroads, the end of an endless history. Their sacrifice may not have been willing, but it was their agony and torment that fueled Kazdel for thousands of years. For that, they have my utmost respect. Not willing? You were the one who caught them and threw them into the furnace in the first place. You really think you'll manage a nice peaceful chat with them? Oh god, it's Revenant on Revenant action. Your Highness has restored my sanity and given me clarity. My mind is no longer shrouded in haze, my heart no longer gripped by senseless rage. Let me see them. I'll try to quell their anger. It was I who began this age of suffering. It is only fitting that I end it. Here's hoping you can. How many cameos are we gonna see here, huh? Their souls are roasting in the furnace. They've got emotions of every sort. Will they really be ready to wave goodbye to their old metal home? Well, I mean, one of them has another metal home. Once again. Congrats, Mr. Tin Man. Hey, you. Whoa. Hey, you. Stop gawping at the furnace like an idiot and start gawping at my wares like a genius. If you don't like them, you've got no taste. Come, take a look. Girl. Oh, you again. Fat wallet. About last time. Jesus. It's just like, God. Salviento. Oh no, are you hurt? You should watch where you're running. Oh, that's new. The girl makes a face and sticks her tongue out at Nymph before peeling off into the distance. While you're short of customers, Fat Wallet, you need to get your stuff outside the cordon. I can help. Fine by me. Not like I've got any customers. Really? That's great. I'll get started then. Gonna need payment first though. If I have to move my whole stall, then you're gonna have to rent the spot from me. Rent? But this is just an empty spot by the road. Well, it's mine now. It's a good spot by the furnace. Lots of slackers hang about. It's warm too. You can get your 3 squares a day here without having to waste energy at home. It won't be cheap. Anyway, that's enough free talk. You want anything more out of me? Gonna cost ya. You're getting in the way of business here. Hey! What the stingy? I mean, it's the reason she's named Fat Wallet. Nymph looks to the soul furnace with worry. It might be her imagination, but the smoke appears to be getting thicker. Only... Well, I guess there's a job only I can do? Sure, Ermi. My purse has been pretty light lately, so this is a lifesaver. What do you need from me? Repairs? Looking after burden beasts? I can do a little bit of everything. Oh, I would never task you to do something so trivial. Oh, kind and considerate Nymph. It'll be a terrible waste of talent. Let me think. What should this position be called? Neighborhood Officer. This is the night guard? Neighborhood Officer. Alright, I may have just come up with that title, but it's really important. You'll be the friendly neighborhood solver of any tricky issues. As you know, ever since that Victorian business, we've been dreadfully spread thin, and maintaining order in the streets is becoming more difficult by the day. But when it comes to making sure everyone's safe, you're one of the best. You're Kazdel's most considerate dial after all. I am? But, okay, I get the idea. Make sure everyone's safe. Just leave it to me, Ermi. I'll do my very best. Smiley face. Fat Wallet, if I rent this spot from you, you'll move outside the cordon, right? That's what you said. Let me see my... Where's my purse? Yep, I freaking knew it. Wait, it's definitely on me somewhere. I must have put it in another pocket. How could this be? Maybe I forgot to bring it with me when I left the house. Looks like I've got a fool on my hands. Maybe you're a nice, honest soul? Nope, there's no such thing. So a fool you must be. My purse is gone. The ceremony's almost over now. Fat Wallet, please, please, please move your stall away, please. If you don't move, then Steel Skull won't either. Then everyone's going to get burnt by the furnace. Ugh, that meek lummox still holding a grudge? All I did was storm my goods in his house while he was out fighting. Not like he said I couldn't. Lummox. Lummox. A clumsy, stupid person. Nice. Oops. I looked after that daughter of his for years. Him? He slinks back from Victoria, tail between his legs, completely empty-handed. You think I babysit for free? You looked after her. You raised her to be a sarcasm-wearing thief. I gave her a name so I could send her off to learn to read and write, and you ruined all that. Wait, please stop fighting. The furnace, the cordon, there's no time. Give back the wallet, Missy. Ah, that's my purse. Please don't run. Oh, it's time to dial it up, huh? Nymph is tripped up by the girl and lands face first in a puddle of mud. Bystanders chuckle as they help her up, and covered from head to toe in muck. She glances dejectedly at the quarreling duo. Everywhere she looks, people are going about their business as usual within the cordon. Even the pushover wandering singer is sitting crossed-legged, composing a new song by the light of the furnace. Pop. Is that his entrance music every time? Oh, what to do, what to do. What she wants is really simple, but now she finds herself in a pickle. Don't. Okay. Hello, Fremal. You done yet? What's taking so long? Wasn't the last few times real smooth? If you can't hack it, just step down and let me. Hey! Who even let you up here, Wishadel? Did I not instruct Ermengarde to keep everyone away from the ceremony? It's bad enough that you're here. Did you really have to bring that one along too? You've been floating up there forever and nothing's happened. I came because I was worried about you. You came because you wanted to rubberneck. As for being worried about me, best you worry about yourself. What's to worry about? I wasn't the one who stuffed our ancestors in the fire to roast like sweet potatoes. Good. Those who dare speak to a revenant in such a manner tend to meet an unhappy end. I guess. The murderer returns. Whoops. Is it him? He must pay. Make him pay. Pain, agony, forsaken, all his debts. How dare he? Silence, all of you. Listen to what he has to say. Debt? I owe you nothing. It was all a necessary price to pay. Then why do you not stay? Then why do you not throw them in too? Then why did you return? I am here to pick you up. Your duty is at an end. I've come to welcome you as you leave this cramped purgatory. Ridiculous. Laughable. It was you who threw us in here. You who left alone. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you return, so brazen and condescending? I will see you pay the price. I will see everything burn in the raging flames of this furnace as we did. I understand your anger. I will face your wrath. But now, I just want you to come up and see the Kazdel today. Come and see. See the city you've devoted yourselves to. It is proof that you live. You have no place to say that to us. No, wait, you. The one we called the eldest of revenants. Why have you become like this? What fucking Bushidel's pet? Ha. You need not feel sorrow for me. My shattered soul has been burned away. Nothing is left. Eldest of revenants. Why? Why are you in a cannon? No, it's more like a sanctagon. Our vaunted elder, trapped inside a sanctagon. Ha ha ha. What are they arguing about, old man? Translate for me. I'm not entirely sure it could be called an argument. Huh? Why so quiet all of a sudden? They hashed things out already? You don't blast ash in your guest's face? What the hell was that? Based on my prior dealings with these fellows, that would be the equivalent of spitting in your face. Me? What did I do? Sarcasm. Hey, you old farts, what gives? You are all beyond reasoning. Oh god, it's fucking boomer versus omega boomer. What is going on? I mean, they are the power source of Kazdel. General, our cannons. They've started charging on their own. I think it's a remnant of the Revenant fragment in the core. It's starting up our guns, is it? What's the target? If I'm reading this right, it's the Soul Furnace. Quick, cut all power. I mean, technically the Revenant is the power. Well, it kind of fired though. Ah, shit. So they repaired the fucking, the warship. Wait, where is, Ursula? The actual, Ferranwood then, huh? Fantastical lights explode and streak across the night sky like a rain of fire. Cold, weary, and unchanging as ever, Kazdel silently absorbs their fiery descent. There is always someone awake, yearning for a glimpse of something different from the small patch of night sky outside their window. Something like a sudden violent burst of fireworks. The furnace! Well, furnace go boom boom. Who fired that cannon? Classic. Even on his allies, Manfred stages still have the fucking cannon. My roof! Darn it. I just picked this up a few days ago. Where'd that big rock even come from? And what's that burning smell? Ow, my head! Dang it. Eh? What was that? No, I don't have time to worry about the roof. Everyone, please listen. That accident is definitely connected to the ceremony. The Soul Furnace could restart at any moment. For your safety, please evacuate outside the cordon immediately. Clang, clang, clang. The mercenary mending his weapons keeps hammering away without even looking up. Come on, come all. Come and take a look. You're blind if you don't buy anything. Y'all really... Just ancient sarcasm swearing die already. Steel Skull's hammer stops mid-swing, Pat while it's shouting stops mid-sentence, and the Wandering Singer's guitar string snaps mid-pluck. Girl, what did you just say? I said, are you deaf? What? For the sake of everyone's safety. Hehehehe. Burn, burn. I'll burn you all into ashes. I guess that's the Dial in her. Hey, calm down. What are you coming over here for? My clothes and the birds and beasts are what was it? Flammable. He's right. Don't do anything crazy. Get behind the cordon now or else. Cowards who flee from battle. Thieves who steal from their own. Lowlives who indulge in pleasure. Idlers who shirk their duties. I'll kill you all. Kill. Kill. Capital. Or else. Huh? Where'd everyone go? One by one, the plaza's crowd turned their heads, staring at Nymph in disbelief. Steel Skull frantically tries to drag his burning beast out of the cordon, while Fatwad packs up her stall with surprising speed for someone her age. Nymph feels something bump into her belly. The girl who stole her purse shoves it back into her hands, then runs off as fast as she can. The Wandering Singer now stands meekly outside the cordoned area with his sheets under his arm, as if he had been there the whole time. Wow, that's Nymph scratches her head, setting free the glimmering fragment that had fallen into her hair. It still retains the heat of the furnace it was so unduly ejected from. As it tumbles out of her hair, the strange voice in her head cuts off. Nymph, can you hear me? Nymph! Nymphy, hey! Is that you, Ermi? How come I can't see you? Look at the mirror in the little box I gave you. Wow, Ermi, how'd you get inside the mirror? Didn't I tell you when I gave it to you? You must have missed the instructions I wrote again. Lich creations aren't so easy to understand. Besides, if I ever need to use it, you'll help me. So, what's going on? I saw a really big explosion over by the furnace. Something went awry at our ceremony and now the ancestors are throwing a fit. Get this. The Revenant on the airship got into a fight with those in the furnace. Are you okay? I'm fine. A little explosion like that couldn't hurt me. My master is still counting on me to run errands for him, though I have a bit more on my plate that I can handle. As for the furnace, it's still intact, and there haven't been any further issues. But the explosion caused another problem, and I might have to ask you for help again. I'm just glad you're alright. Whatever you need help with, just say the word. We need to hunt down all the bits of slag that got ejected from the furnace and see if they have any Revenant fragments. That is a problem with Revenants, I'll say. Revenant fragments? Are they dangerous? A lot of people here have been picking up shards of stuff that fell from the sky after the explosion. They are, which is why Master wants me to find them as quickly as possible. The Revenants in the furnace are restless now that they are missing some of their kind. As for the Revenant fragments that are scattered, they're like ticking time bombs. You don't know when they're going to stir up trouble. But don't worry too much, judging by the number of Revenants still inside the furnace, only a handful of fragments have a Revenant riding along. Fewer than 10 in fact. Whew. Finally, some good news. I was thinking about how long it'll take to find every single bit that fell from the sky. Well, unfortunately, that's the difficult part of all this. We have no idea where these fragments fell. They could be anywhere in Kazdel, really. So, what do the ones with the Revenants look like? To be honest, I haven't had a proper look at one either. It shouldn't be too hard to identify something with a Revenant riding inside it though. It'll influence the emotions and senses of the people around it. Okay. Would they happen to be surrounded by wisps of smoke? Maybe they sparkle and flash too. Yeah, something like that. Then you might want to look at this and see if it's what you're looking for. Though I haven't felt it influence my emotions or anything. Are you at home? I'll head over right now. Whatever you do, don't give that thing to anyone else. We're lucky you're a Dial. Ah, okay. I'm by the furnace node near my house, so come as quick as you can. This little rock sure is hot. Oh, something caved in? Okay, I guess that's just the background. Ermi, you're back! What did your master say? The good news is that it really was a Revenant fragment. Master's already placed it back in the furnace. The bad news is that we might have been too quick with retrieving it. Too quick? Why is that the bad thing? Shouldn't we be putting them back right away? Wait, did your master compliment you? Even you haven't figured out by now. Yeah, he did. And every time he does, he's almost always building up to bad news. You know how I have to inspect goods going in and out of Kazdel every day, organize patrols, arrange repairs for the holes in the furnace, and even inventory all the stuff you brought back from Lythanian, right? He's already running me ragged and now he wants me to Ermi. You tried telling him that you're already swamped and that someone else should go gather the fragments? I did tell him that. I even told him that the only reason we found this one so quickly was you. And then, did he change his mind? Smiley face, why are you looking at me like that? Wait, Ermi, hey! Nymph? Help me out again, last time I swear. I really have too much to handle and that old tool doesn't really care. Please, you're the only one I can count on now. But you just need to find all the fragments and bring them back. I'll give you a nice big reward if you do. I know you don't really lack anything, but I'll guarantee it'll be something you really want. And it's something only I can give you. Not even my master could. Well, don't keep me guessing. Just say what it is and I'll think it over. I can't tell you too much at the moment, but don't you worry, we liches are a generous people. Is that really the proper attitude to ask for help? Anyone else would have walked away, but not this silly Dial. She just lets you walk all over her. So fine, I'll help you find these fragments. Do you have a map that can show where they are, Ermi? The kind with the little black dots floating around. Do you think liches can just conjure things from thin air? Why would I have something so strange? But you have a point. You'd be chasing your own tail if I just sent you off to find the fragments with no help. Not to mention that you don't have anything that could actually contain the Revenant fragments. Pass me that box things of yours while I think for a second. I'll need some time to give this a few upgrades. Head home and rest for now. Once I'm done, I'll come find you. Eh? I thought this was a super urgent task. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. And once you have the right tool, you'll save far more time than the few hours it'll take me to make it. Fine. But I still hope you can think over the map thing a bit more. I'll put my box over here. See you later, Ermi. A way to detect revenants. To isolate them. What if I dismantled this part? No, that won't work. Ermi, I'm heading back now. I'll wait for your good news. Eh? Oh, alright. Bye-bye. Liches are always so quick to jump into thinking mode. I really hope she doesn't become like her master one day. Oh, I've got important things to do tomorrow, so I'd better get some rest. I wonder how many people will dream about those fireworks tonight. I don't know about dream. It's more like a kaboom. It's still so hot, like trying to hold a roast sweet potato fresh out of the oven. Can't imagine how hot it must be in the furnace. It's nice to meet you, ancestor, sir. I don't quite know what to call you. You must have been burning in the furnace since my grandparents were still little. You really gave it good to that crowd just now. Nymph walks over to a quiet corner of the plaza and sits down on some steps. I should probably put you back where you belong, but getting to meet you was something really special. I'd better tell you what I need to say quick. I've always known you were real, ever since I was young. Everyone said you were just stories to scare little kids, but I always believed. Back then, there was a Babel camp right by my doorstep. Mom and Dad never let me wander too far, so I was always looking for the camp's doctors to play with. My favorite fairy tale was the future the Babel doctors told me about. And then, my Babel friends left without warning. One day, I'd go look for them as usual, and there was just the field. I was really sad, so I cried and cried at the furnace node in the plaza, because everyone told me the underground pipes connected to it would carry my voice all the way to the great big soul furnace. Now that I've seen or heard of you, I feel so happy. You really do exist, and you've been protecting us and all of Kazdel this whole time, and... noisy. Sorry. Nymph's eyes widen as a shadow slowly seeps out of the shimmering... That's a lot of S. Nymph's eyes widen as a shadow slowly seeps out of the shimmering slag. It is barely a wisp, as faint as a cicada's wings, but at least he doesn't sound as angry as before. Yep. Do all revenants look like this? I'm assuming yes. Shabby. You mean our neighborhood? Well, I think it's kinda nice once you get used to it. Barely any improvement. Improvement? Oh, you mean compared to 200 years ago? Right, you've been in the furnace all that time. Maybe this is your first time out. Nymph stretches out her hand that the slag is resting on, allowing him a clearer view of the plaza. The first view he's had in 200 years that did not include flames. See, Ancestor Revenant, sir? This is where we live nowadays. What's that sound? Snapstring singing. That instrument he's holding is cobbled together from scraps. It looks like a guitar, but I don't know what it's actually called. And the mercenary? You mean Steel Skull? He's had a few drinks, and now he's dancing around his bread and beast battle buddies. What of the army? Do you mean the military commission? Maybe, do you see that big airship flying overhead? I've heard they're up there. Rest. After a long period of silence, that is the only word the slag says. Nymph doesn't quite understand the meaning. Not too far away, the wandering singer plucks at his instrument and begins to sing a song of farewell, as promised. And there goes the first one. Hello, Mitum. The street's on the way back. Didn't wonder. Are these all different types of sarcasm? About that. Poor slum youth. I'm assuming that's Mitum. I came to you to help some big shots solve your problems. You won't find a shoddier district in all Kazdel. I have a group of real good workers willing to help build a furnace node. Think about it. Just a supply of water, this district will be able to transform. People will have work to keep themselves fed and won't cause trouble anymore. You sound plenty confident. What do you want from me? Steel for the pipes, right in the middle of the district. You can have your people keep an eye on it if you want. Trust me, you won't recognize this district in 3 months. Ooh boy. See those guards watching over the steel? Do you believe me now? It's the bosses who ordered the furnace node to be built. That's plenty in it for you if you work for them. And I want food, enough to feed a decent team of workers. I know you guys have plenty. Bring it to the warehouse there. We'll have enough space. Trust me, this is a good deal for you. You see the food in this warehouse? Come help build a furnace and everyone gets some every day. Better than robbing people on the streets. At least you don't have to worry about getting your skull split open. Got guts, kid. You want to hire mercenaries to work for you? You're big, tough, and not afraid to break a sweat. They'll make great workers. Listen to me and I'll make sure you all do well for yourselves. Better than you're doing right now, at least. Dude's hustling. Having this the casual music in Kazdel is so freaking jarring. Good morning, big head. Came to get your clothes? Your collar would have been charred if you came any later. Don't you dare call me big head. Put away all that crap you picked up. Don't sarcasm expletive pile shit up in front of my door. That's funny. Just one night. I'm selling it to the boiler guy later. Won't bother you. Not that much anyway. The hoodlums would have stolen them if I left them at home, but no one in these parts would dare have their finger in your pie. You're talkative today. Aren't you getting to work? Hear that nasty noise last night? A rock this big fell right on top of the construction site. If I went to work now, I'd have to help move the rock and fill in the crater. Why would I want to do 3 times the work for the same amount of food? Say, you're up early. Are you going somewhere? No, just in the mood for a morning stroll. Sure. Well, don't go to the south side. It's a mess. I was out there cutting wires in the morning when I heard that a hunk of iron fell from the sky, straight through somebody's roof. They hardly started grinning when the broken horns showed up. Now there's a handful of gangs waiting to trade that iron for food. Everybody wants a big piece and they're almost fighting over it. Over iron? Is it valuable? Or iron isn't valuable only when burden beasts fly. Those broken horn hardheads would draw their blades for half a hunk of black brick. They would have... God damn, they combined everything here. They would have torn the house down if the consultant wasn't there to keep them in line. Well, they'll stay in line with the consultant watching them. Who these? Don't say I didn't warn you, and I would take the long way around if I were you. See those two over there? Where? Is it the... I was just about to say. You know Nymph? Don't know the other one, but she looks like a lich. Those two were keeping order around here before you came back. A lich? What are they doing here? Isn't she worried about getting her nice shoes dirty? Might be Nymphy's friend. Look how they're laughing with each other. There's the boiler, man. Gotta borrow your cart, big head. What did you just say? I mean, big guy. Have a nice stroll. I've got junk to sell. Let it slide this time. Share half the money you made. Bruh. Huh? Now just wait a second, big guy. It's not like I don't want to share with you, but what's money good for in Kazdel these days? True. Do they even have like other trade partners other than themselves? If a revenant fragment is too big, press this red button in the back until the box becomes big enough to hold it. And do not poke your head inside no matter what happens. That's pretty much it. There's a manual inside as well. Any questions? You really don't have a treasure map that can show revenant fragment locations in real time? I told you, liches don't grant wishes. Making arts creations is serious business. Here, put this on. Lich arts inside will detect nearby revenant fragments and emit an alarm when you're close enough. The box looks like a mercenary communicator. Be glad you got that. I was planning to make the case out of scrap paper. But this doesn't look much more serious than a treasure map. I was joking. Give it back. I have to keep an eye on the furnace repairs and review the books that my master gave me. I'm counting on you to find the revenant fragments, Nymph. Of course. That's what friends are for. They were right. You're the kindest, gentlest Dial in all Kazdel. Who says? There aren't that many Dial in... Diai? I guess that's the plural of Dials. It's like Cyclops and Cyclopees. Whatever. I'm just helping out a friend. Well, get back to work. I gotta go myself. Are you sure? Did we saw the meteor fall? Spot wallet? I'm assuming it's spot wallet. Yes, this is the place. It's probably not though. But Hermes detector isn't reacting at all. Do you remember what the meteor looked like? Some of them were round, some of them bumpy. There was more than one? The wonderful smell when roasted on an open flame. What? Leave the skin on, soft and fluffy, simply lip smacking. Ma'am, what are you talking about? Go inside. They're only open in the morning and they won't stay open for you. I'm looking for the meteor, not mercenary potatoes, the stuff that the fireworks dropped last night. Fried rice? There's no fried rice. Never mind. I guess I might as well ask the mercenaries. Get some rest, Granny. I'll bring roast potatoes next time. Thanks. I like mine a little charred. Nymph keeps walking. Courtyard is not big, but there are a lot of things here. Mercenaries who came back from the front lines have set up camp. Simple ovens baked in a corner with embers still smoldering inside. Hello? Anybody here? Hello, meet them. So you were in the front lines, huh? Interesting. Also, not sure what this is. Is it a coat or a tail? Oh, it's a tail. There's like a small gap here, I think. You're too late. What? I bought the last bag of roast potatoes. Come back tomorrow. I'm not here for potatoes. We met twice before, but that was during the Civil War. I guess you don't remember. The roast potatoes are pretty good. I could give you half a one if you want. No thanks. I'm here for the meteor that fell last night. You're after that piece of iron? Well, it's not here anymore. Broken Horns didn't get what they wanted at the veterans' home, so they got a few gangs together to bring in to their own turf. The commotion lasted all morning and nobody's mended that hole in the roof. You said a few gangs? Did they all touch that piece of iron? A dozen or so folks must have touched it, maybe 100. A few wise guys tried to scrape some Oriron off with their fingernails. Are you shivering? You need a potato to warm your hands. Oh, I'm fine. Go on, don't be shy, I can spare that much. Thanks. You said they went to all that trouble for a rock with some iron. Doesn't that sound a little weird? You think so too? The Unbroken Horns seem really obsessed with the iron. They just wouldn't leave it alone. You have any idea what's going on? Let me think. Oh, why am I asking you? It's not like you live here. Yeah, I haven't been to this district in years. I don't know it well. Where can I find the Broken Horns? Go straight until the end of the path, turn right, and keep walking until you reach Burning Tail Junction, where the cherry trees used to be. You'll see it. Thanks. Say, what's your name? They call me... Well, you can call me Paul. I'm Nymph. There's a sudden crack of thunder in the dark sky, but no raindrops fall. Sound echoes through the walls, rubble, and buried pipelines. The thick and heavy shell begins to peel off, revealing the original texture beneath. Oh dear, look at the time. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I have to get some veggies from the vertical farm. Gotta rush, bye. Oh, okay, bye. There he goes. The young Sarkas carries his shopping bag with his tail and strolls leisurely into the alley, showing no signs of a rush. Burning Tail Junction, Cherry Tree. Remember the place? But I thought the cherry trees were cut down before the Civil War. Oh, hello! I smell fried potatoes. Where are they? Classic Tin Man. Ran out of hot dogs, I guess. Here we are. The street still looks the same. There used to be a huge piece of originum crystal here. Did they move it out, or do I remember wrong? Bean Sprout said things were bad here, but I haven't seen a single hoodlum yet. I should sock him one when I get back. My house is just around the corner. She used to stand guard here, and I'd get a good beating if she caught me running out in the streets. What's the point of looking for it though? It's been so many years. People come and go. Somebody else probably lives there now. What would they think if I said it used to be my home? Probably think I was crazy or just an idiot. Not like I can come back and reclaim it as mine. Just a quick look, that'll do. Go around the corner and get your look. Then go get something to eat. Just another day. Wait, where's the house? Just a wall? Where's the roof? Who tore down my house? What are you shouting about, silly big guy? Did you go home and roast some potatoes? What are you doing on broken horn turf? They'll strip you naked, you know. Whose kid are you? Who taught you to talk like that? Girl in the window does not answer. She makes a face and wags her little head. Mercenary sees the black rocks growing out of her neck. This is broken horn turf? How? Don't you see the red words on the wall? Oh, don't tell me. You can't read. It says traitor. That's what they say happens to the guys who get on the wrong side of the broken horns. Hey, don't go. I can teach you. You want to learn to read? I've got nothing against you head sellers. Hehe. The mercenary stops in his tracks and turns around, looking up at the girl from below the window. His yellow, muddled eyes make it difficult to hide much emotion. What's a head seller? That's what the broken horns call people like you, wearing a jacket like that, coming back from the outside. But the girl who taught me to read won't let me use that word. She says, "Can I find the broken horns?" Hey, stop right there. Who are you? 2 days and the broken horns got you blind? I'm here for the gang meeting. Gang meeting? You? What are you talking about? This isn't your barbecue stall? Since when do cooks get a seat at the table? Has your dumb ass healed up? You want me to get to the consultant? I don't see him anywhere. Where are you gonna find him? Boss says the meeting started after 3 bangs on the steel bucket, and no one else gets to go in. I'm not deaf. It's only been 2 bangs. Oh. That's 3 there. You know what? I'll take a little pity on you. Want to go in? Give me 3 roast potatoes tomorrow and I'm not paying for them. Sure, if you dare. Take a guess what extra seasoning I'm gonna put on them. Hey, hold it. Did I say you could go in? What are you looking at? I'm talking to you. Me? I'm here to listen. Get lost. This is no place for you. See this? A fire poker? A knife made from a horn. It's really sharp. Why are they like this? Ouch, that must have hurt. Why would you poke your finger like that? Here, I have a bandage. You get lost. This should be the place, but how do I get in? I've heard that the Broken Horns are a bunch of unruly young kids, and now... Come on, Nymph. Think of your friends. Could anyone help? Not this one, not that one either. This one might have some influence at a gang meeting, but I don't think she's in Kazdel anymore. What about the consultant? All the gangs in the district listen to him, but I've never seen him and I don't know where he lives. I should just wait here. He's always the one officiating the gang meetings. I'm sure he'll come by. Okay, I really do not know who the hell is this consultant. It's a dude. Who are the Kazdel dudes that No one's coming. Are you waiting for someone, Miss Nymph? Paul, did you get your veggies? I was a little late. All they had left was sweet potatoes. That farmer's a grumpy one. He doesn't let you pick. It took a lot of sweet talking to get a few decent looking ones. Wow, sweet potatoes can get this big? The ones I know aren't even a third of the size. The only way to get ones this big is to try your luck at the vertical farm. But I hear the farmers keep the best ones for themselves. Anyway, what are you doing here? Oh, I was trying my luck to see if I could run into the consultant here. The Broken Horse won't let me in, but they wouldn't stop me if I was with the consultant. Might not go down quite like that. Do you know the consultant? I asked someone to help get in touch with him, but I never got a response. So you're waiting for someone you've never met? How would you recognize him? That's why I said I was trying my luck. Maybe he'd know me? Is that piece of iron really so important? Not just to me, it's important to everyone else here. I have to bring it back to... The furnace? Yes, you saw it too? The fireworks last night. They came from the furnace, but wasn't the appeasement ceremony in progress then? Are we talking about revenants? But why are you here? What about the liches? Huh? You know about all that? Just my luck. I thought I was imagining things. This is even worse than I thought. You've been standing here for a while, right? How many times did they bang the steel bucket? 3 times, I think. The gang meeting has started. I shouldn't have spent so much time shopping today. May not be too late. I think they'll wait for the consultant. Fair point. Gang meeting without a consultant is basically a brawl. Well, it's your lucky day, Nymph. Or maybe unlucky day. Come on, let's get this trouble all fixed up. Huh? No, wait. You don't even know what's going on. I'll tell you my theory on the way and you can correct me if I'm wrong. It is your lucky day indeed. Or not. Beast shit. No goddamn way. What the hell are you talking about? That courtyard was given to us by the MC. Okay, I'll just say by the military commission, and the consultant signed off on all business on these streets. Why should we move out just because you say so? Calm down, Barrel. This isn't personal. As for you, Beck, you need to watch your words. As if I'm wrong, Ebony. Why should these head sellers be allowed to take our turf after spending so many years on the outside? Head sellers? What? Head sellers? You weren't the boss of your gang when the consultant gave them those 2 blocks. You know what? I should have kicked the old man off his seat sooner. I wouldn't have let the head sellers set foot in here if I was in the back room then. Say that again. I dare you. Don't just stand there staring. Pull them apart. You should get your mouth slapped, Beck. They were out there risking their lives for us. And you, Barrel, stop being such a hardhead. Beck could run his mouth all day, but none of it matters until the consultant gets here. Stop defending them, Ebony. Who gives a damn about the consultant? How many men does he have? How many blades does he have? Well, here comes the consultant. Not as many men as you, but blades? That's hard to say. Consultant. Consultant. Consultant? Who's the Dial? Oh, don't mind me. I'm the consultant's assistant. I'm here to help him take minutes. Yeah, my wrist's been hurting lately. You could take her place if you have a problem with it. Oh, I forgot you can't read. Well, everyone's here. Let's get started. Unless someone has something important to do. Not at all. We're all waiting on you to decide how to split the piece of iron. Well, it's all going to her. Cloth over it is pulled away, stirring up a cloud of dust. Nymph covers her nose with the back of her hand and squints at what lay underneath. It is a large rock that has been touched by fire and smoke, with broken originum pieces scattered across the surface. Underneath the cracked exterior are honeycomb-shaped rust marks. The woman, whom the others call Ebony, takes out a screwdriver and pries a small piece of rust from the crack. Light shines through the smoke upon it, reflecting a faint blue glow. That is quite the imagination. The device on Nymph's wrist trembles as though it just felt a chill. Looks like there's... Right, it's Oriron. Why didn't I even put 2 and 2 together? Looks like there's a fair bit of Oriron. Is this it? I think so. But Remy said the detector would sound an alarm. Why is it quiet? The Oriron extracted from a piece this big could feed you all for a month. But who's going to extract it? All these little original bits on it are like mini bombs, if not properly processed. Some of my guys have an iron working shop on the Colombian frontier. You'll roast it like you roasted your potatoes? Shut up if you don't know what you're talking about. You can always cut it up before processing it. That won't work. The original fragments are unstable. They could go off at any time. You've done business with the furnace node manager over by the western wall. Should we ask him? Didn't you understand? The fragments are unstable. You think he would risk blowing up his furnace? Don't forget where the fireworks last night came from. The big shots catch you, whether it's the military commission or the liches. We have a slightly grim opinion of you fellas. You know what's gonna happen. Not my problem if it's just your own graves that you're digging, but not when you might leave the rest of us starving. Is there no place in Kazdel that would take it? You're not telling us to send it back where it came from, are you? You're getting ahead of yourself, Ebony. We haven't gotten the Oriron out yet. Besides, just because no one will take it in Kazdel doesn't mean no one will take it out there. Some smugglers will do anything, no matter how dangerous. You might take a hefty haircut on it, but it's better than leaving it to rot in your hands. How big of a haircut are we talking? How should I know? It's not my area of expertise. This is what I do as a consultant. I tell you how to cut the cake fairly, but I'm never the one to actually cut it. How can we be sure the difference won't end up in your pocket? What are you saying, Beck? Apologize to the consultant now. To him, I don't understand why you're so polite with this guy. Have things been peaceful for so long that you forgot where you should be pointing your blade? I say he's in league with the noble masters up in the towers. He makes it so we don't get to fight or eat, so we end up fixing the walls for them. Why would he help the head sellers take my turf? I've lived in Kazdel since the day I was born. Why should I give my house to some slugs who haven't set foot here in decades? Oh, well, draw your blade. Nobody's gonna say I killed an unarmed man. Sarcastic expletive. Give it a rest, both of you. You can find it out yourselves once you get the food. Put your blades down now. Ahem. I guess someone forgot what my job is. I just give advice. You decide to take it or not. I know a few smugglers, but let's just say I'd take some credit for them to handle such a hot potato. Sorry about Beck, consultant. He's still young. I'm not that old either, Ebony. I know some of you don't trust me and think that I am where I am thanks to luck alone. Luck alone, that's fine. I listen to you because you know your stuff. A full belly doesn't lie, only greedy fools. Ooh, hello. Well, wee-woo. Everyone looks in the direction of the noise to see the Dial, who claims to be the consultant's assistant, reaching out to the piece of iron with a strange box. She almost has it. Beep, beep, beep. Oh crap, the timing. What are you doing? Get your hand off our Oriron. Sarcastic expletive. Almost let you sneak it out under my nose. What's the deal, consultant? I've got the door. They're not getting out. I don't know if they're not getting out. The rules say the penalty for stealing in this room is a lost hand, consultant. You pick the y'all, left or right. She's not stealing. I asked her to measure the Oriron content in the rock. That's right. It's so high, it made my detector go haywire. Be careful, I didn't hire you to give me a heart attack. Sorry. I'm not sure I believe you, consultant. You think we aren't watching you? It's one thing to help the head sellers, at least they're sticking their necks out, but working with the tower dwellers, that's another beast. Why would a Dial girl in a pretty dress like that work as your assistant? These are old clothes from my mom and dad. I just cut them to fit me. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. The more important thing here is how we turn this piece of iron into food, isn't it? How about this? I'll get someone willing to go over the walls to bring some food and take away this ticking time bomb, and then you can take your time to figure out how to share the food. I changed my mind. Food's gone once you eat it. I want blades or iron. Or iron in one hand from this thief. Do we have a deal? Can you extract the iron? I won't ask about your connections, Beck. You want the piece of iron? You can have it. But you got to supply our share of the food. Do the broken horns have that much food? Did the consultant call this a time bomb? You want food from me when I'm helping you solve a problem. It fell into our yard. Food or iron, the veteran's home takes the biggest share. Ha! Those streets belong to broken horns. You didn't even get leftovers. We'll follow the consultant's rules. Everyone here gets a share. The mercenaries get an additional share to repair their roof. Why does he get to set the rules? Why not me? Don't think for a second that we're scared of the broken horns, Beck. They'll be arguing for the next 100 years at this rate. The broken horns want this iron so much they can have it. Consultant? Let me finish. Any damages resulting from mishandling by the broken horns will also be Beck's responsibility. As for the rest of you, whether it's food or iron you want, I'll take care of it. Consider it an apology for the little commotion just now. You can come get your share once I've figured out the amount. Not for free, of course. My pockets aren't that deep. Any firework pieces that fell on your turf, you bring to me no matter how big or small. Don't be so short-sighted. The liches may not be roaming the streets day after day now, but they're always watching us. Make sure you understand what you're allowed to take and what you shouldn't even go near. No objection, I picked up a lot of small pieces, but they're too small to be anything useful. How does this work? How much food and iron can we get for the pieces? Excuse me, I have an idea. The amount of iron can be calculated from the purity, but I'll need to take another measurement since I got interrupted. It would be best if I could take a small sample. Paul looks at Nymph with bewilderment in his eyes but nods his head. The others give way for Nymph to take her peculiar handbox to the cracked piece of iron. She takes out a strange rod and knocks on the surface lightly. A small, dull-colored piece falls out from inside. Nymph's box opens slowly, sucking the piece in. When the box closes, everyone in the room feels compelled to look to the window. The skies are still dark, but the lights shining in seem to have gotten brighter and warmer. Whew, done. Write your choice of supplies and your name on the paper and come back in 3 days. You know where to find me. Doesn't matter if you can't write, Beck. Got the whole piece of iron. You're not getting anything else from me. What was that hard? And I'll deal with the territorial dispute between the mercenaries and the broken horns. Same day, next month. All of you better show up. Here's the paper, just like you wanted, consultant. Anything else? Alright, you can get back to your own lives now. God, this seems like a fucking hassle every fucking month, huh? Thank you so much, consultant. You're really huge help. It's nothing. I've crossed patch with that lich lady before after all. It's the least I could do. And please, call me Paul. I didn't expect the legendary consultant to be so young. But the supplies that you promised the people here to get me out of that jam, you really have so much food and iron in stock? Maybe? I've stocked out a bit over the years. Not sure if it's enough though. Maybe I should get a head start on picking up the firework pieces. Clothes on your back are all wet. Really? Well, I guess it's a hot day today. Paul, were you scared? Well, he was sweating bullets. Of course I was scared. Did you see how many men they had and how many blades? They could have eaten me for dinner if they meant it. What was I supposed to do? I just want to get everybody together and make our lives a little better. How was I supposed to know that things would turn out like this? I didn't sign up to become the consultant. Calm down, calm down. We're safe. You heard that? What? The eye can read minds, can't they? Did you? It's okay, I didn't peek. Why does everyone think we can do that? It's true that I'm a little more sensitive to people's fear, but it's very demanding arts. And do you think I really want to hear what other people are thinking? I guess you're right. It's not exactly pleasant stuff you would see in Kazdel. Anyway, did you get what you needed? Yeah, it's perfect. Look. It's so small, but it does look unique. It was surrounded by Oriron. That's why the detector didn't react. Well, you got what you came for, didn't you? No, I'm just getting started. Ermi, my lich friend says there's at least 4 or 5 more pieces on the city, and I have no idea where to find them. I was planning to asking someone well connected. But who's better connected in these parts than you? You must know something, right, consultant? I have a rough idea where some of the pieces might have fallen, but I can't be sure whether they'll have revenants in them or not. It's a start, better than stumbling around the city trying my luck. If you help me find the remaining pieces, I'll ask the lazy liches to reimburse the food and Oriron you're handing out. Well, food might be a little difficult, but Oriron shouldn't be a problem. There's always parts coming off the furnace during maintenance. Well, I guess I can do worse. Hey, stop tugging on my sleeve. I'll take that as a yes. A little stroll would do you some good, given how stressed you are. Who said I was stressed? Did you forget I'm a Dial? You said you didn't look. Neat. Right, 2 down, 4 to go. Madaroko. It's her. It's the one who destroyed the house. Bruh. The linen draped monster. Ah, interesting. Linen draped monster. Let me drink a bit. Who's the old man? My stuff is different from theirs. I picked everything nice and careful. Look at the quality. How could you give me the same price? No difference. 3. How about this? I got another handful of pure Oriron in my pocket. No original mixed in at all. I'll add it to the pile for a piece of your bread. No. Furnace no keeper. Who do you think you are, old man? 3 potatoes for 3 full baskets of Oriron scrap? Did you burn your conscience in the furnace too? My bread is pure white flour. You're not getting it for a handful of slag. Get lost. Next. 2 baskets. Put it on the scale. 2 sweet potatoes. Grab it from the ash. Don't try to swipe any. I'll guarantee you I'll know. I told you to get lost, bean sprout. You're in the way. Okay, so this is the aforementioned bean sprout. You're not the only furnace keeper in the city, old man. If you won't take this, someone else will. You can have this entire batch of bread if you get more than 3 sweet potatoes from anyone else, you dumb slug. Huh. Oh right, cause original slug, of course. Everybody heard that? No takebacks. Sarcastic expletive. They just keep getting worse. The furnace keeper decides only giving 2 and its cellar leftovers from last year. How am I supposed to make a living? My back's hurting from gathering this stuff all night. Not even worth a day of food? Anyway, I'm not going back to the old man. Maybe I should check out the market on the east side. But the path east would take me past those shacks. The old folks say they dumped broken bodies there during the war, and there's still ghosts who couldn't get back to the myriad souls. No. Only kids are scared of ghost stories. Of course I'm not scared. Just a dark alley and a few abandoned shacks. He makes up his mind and pushes his rickety cart forward around scattered piles of firewood and puddles toward the narrow and winding alley. A dark borderland cuts open the path ahead. In front is the area in the shadow of the Soul Furnace. The gaunt man slows his steps and covers the cart with his jacket. Just around the corner. How is it so cold at midday? What's with the weather these days? Did something move? Who's there? Who said something? This place has been abandoned for ages. What's that sound? A blade being sharpened? Meat being cut? Sarcastic expletive. I'll just run through with my eyes closed. Oh god. Hello, Mr. Tin Man, sir. The cart crashes into a wall just as he is about to get out of the shadow of the furnace. No, not the wall. His eyes run across gray-white metal as he looks up, until they meet a pair of crimson-red counterparts. Oh, I love how they said that. Counterparts. Ghost! Sorry, I think I'm lost. Are you alright? Are you blind? Didn't you see my cart? You... Sorry, my fault. See ya. No, just stay there. Don't move. What's up with the weather? How is it so hot when I don't even see the sun? I'm soaked in sweat. So many weirdos in town these days. You again? I thought you went west. A pair of blood-red eyes rise slowly from the shadows in a corner, rising above the Sarcass's head, above the shacks by the wayside, above the wilted trees. The heavy figure turns slowly, emerging from the furnace's shadows. The tattered linen cannot hide the gray-white cracks, but they fill the Sarcass's vision. Linen draped monster, hoarse growl. It's true, Sarcass expletive. The young Sarcass's eyes roll into his head. He lets go of his cart and falls unconscious to the ground. I was about to say, did he just... Fucking out of shock. Let's take a break. There's water over there to wash your face. Well, I got dirt all over my face, but at least we have something to show for it. If nothing else, we got that huge rock out of the construction site. Who would have thought that only a thin outer layer is iron and the rest is just ash? Where do we go next? To the east side is the market. You can find all sorts of stuff there, but they close early. And it's practically a ghost town by the time the furnace's shadow rises above the east wall. Hey, it's you. Don't step on my writing practice, Nymph. Oh, sorry, Cherry. Does your grandpa have you watching the fire by yourself again? Okay, so different. He said he was going to work at the construction site. He always comes back stinky and falls right asleep. Doesn't even tell me any stories. Hey Nymph, since you're here, how are these words? You're practicing writing on the ash, but it's... Fresh furnace ash is very clean. I guess so. Great work, Cherry. Cheery. I guess Cherry. You got all the words I taught you last time, right? I should give you a treat. I got a candy here. Candy! But I don't want candy. I'm afraid that... Afraid of what? That the monster in the alley might take it. Is it Mudra? Whoa. What is this monster? Linen drape. Over there, that haunted alley. They say ghosts come for you if you get close to the shacks. They follow you and snatch your stuff when you're not looking. That doesn't sound mudrocky. You must be joking. It's real. A lot of people have run into them. Some lost their candy. Others lost the linens they put out to dry. They say the ghosts don't target you if you don't carry anything good. They probably got robbed by some thugs and were too embarrassed to tell the truth. Don't play with this guy, Nymph. He's bad. He won't believe me. Alright, don't cry. You say a lot of people saw the, ghost? Yeah, ask Beansprout if you don't believe me. He just ran into one. I don't think it's Tin Man. Yes, it was 3 stories tall, wrapped in bandages and bleeding from its eyes. Wait. Did you say there were flames coming out from all over? Don't the bandages catch fire? Yeah, ghost fire. It's cold, so it doesn't burn. Alright, go on. What else is there to say? What else could I do? I did a backflip in midair and dodged the ghost fire, then aimed for its eyes with a handful of iron scrap. The monster never saw it coming. A backflip. Just yesterday, you said your back was hurting and asked me to carry your firewood to your door. I must be a natural. It felt like energy just kept flowing out from inside me. We should ask someone else. Don't. No one else could tell it half as good as me. They all fainted when they saw the thing and ran for their lives without looking back when they came to their senses. They even left the carts they borrowed at the scene. What would they know? Talking about yourself, are you? What if I am? You got a problem with me? I'm not afraid of you. We really don't have time for this. Quit babbling and spit it out. Paul, consultant. He just ran into something real scary. Don't be too hard on him. What? Consultant? You're the consultant? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have skipped anything if I knew the consultant was here to interrogate me himself. I wouldn't call it an interrogation. It's those haunted shacks on the east side. I'm sure you know them. I ran into it there. It was crouched in the corner at first, so I didn't notice, but then I took a closer look, Jesus. It was draped in linen with blood-red eyes, twice as tall as me, and it was grinding its teeth as it was walking. I was so scared I fainted right there. I was still in one piece when I woke up, so I thought I was dreaming at first, but then I reached behind my head and felt the bump when I hit it. See, it's right here. That's fine, I don't need to see it. You think that's the monster we're looking for, Nymph? Jake said. We'd better go and see if the detector responds. It's not far. I mean, it's gonna respond. But you know, for the wrong reasons. I guess for the right reasons, but you get the point. Nymph consultant, that's the whole truth. Whatever you lost, it really wasn't me. Life's hard enough as it is. Don't worry, we're not here to give you trouble. But you should get your cart back or else I can't promise you that big head won't give you trouble. The young sarcastic smile freezes. He pats his own head in chagrin only to hit the fresh bump. He grimaces in pain. Can I ask one more favor, Nymph? Here's the shack he was talking about. It's been abandoned for ages though. Is your detector reacting? No. Are we looking in the right place? Is the Tin Man still lost there? More likely the kid lied. Does she know there are sarcas ashes in the pile she's writing in? I'd guess no. You protect her well. Is that protecting? Of course it is. Anyway, it would be pretty embarrassing if we got tricked by a kid. But we're here, and if it really is the work of some thug... Oh, Jesus. You might as well take care of him. Come in. There's no... Oh. What the... That's a reunion! Nymph is about to speak when she sees a blade pressing against the back of Paul's neck. The blade is blunt and chipped, but the hand is surprisingly steady, pressing against Paul's neck 3 centimeters beneath his ears, without the slightest movement. I mean, I guess Mudrock was part of reunion-ish? Not really? Nymph, don't. The Dial has drawn her staff. The art's wave emanating from it does not dissipate at Paul's words and continues to intensify. He won't kill me. Wait, no, they got attacked. Okay, never mind. No. You want to bet? Put the blade down. It's alright, trust me. No need for bets here, after all. Ah! I can handle one wounded warrior on my own. Your hand is bleeding, but it's not Sarkas blood. Who are you? This is my home. You don't get to ask who I am. No, this is Kazdel, home of the Sarkas. Let me see your face. Haven't I seen you before? In the settlement outside the city. You were smuggling out food with... Mudrock was the name, I think. Mudrock? I think I've heard... mentioned the name before. Are you Rhodes Island? If you know our boss, can you help me up? I can barely move my arm. Whomst is this? That is definitely a reunion. This is the 3rd time I've said it. They're not smugglers. They went to work for food at the construction site. Why didn't I go? I would have, if not for this arm. If you're not smugglers, why did you come into the city while hiding in a haunted shack? Where else can I stay? This is the only place where no one bangs down the door at night. You can't sleep at night in the crowded areas, and you can't even go out during the day without someone tearing the door down for firewood. There was a Capranate thief who cut his horns short, stealing steel and bricks from the construction site. Is he with you? Definitely not. Why would I do something so stupid? Cutting my horns to pretend to be Sarkas? Wink wink? That's a fucking Enos jab right there. Oof, let me stretch a little. Not much better living in a haunted house and pretending to be a ghost. Touché? We never pretended to be ghosts. Don't blame us when stupid people fool themselves. Your friends weren't at the construction site to steal bricks and steel? What a joke. I'm not even sarcastic, and I know that's impossible. Are you seriously suspecting a child of soil and stone of stealing bricks and tiles? Child of soil and stone? That Mudrock's a gargoyle? I never noticed. It would make sense. Last time I saw Mudrock, she was working on houses outside the city, helping infected from elsewhere start new farms. Then again, why do you have to come into the city? Is there something you have to be here for? When you have a child of soil and stone helping? Before we talk about the fact that it was Mudrock's decision to come into the city to begin with, what gives you the right to question us? You think we're afraid of the Sarkas in the city? No, we're afraid of you. When's your boss coming back? We can't wait all day. She would normally be back by now, but without me and with the Colossi gone, it might take another hour or so. Let's wait. I need to see their boss. They can't stay here in the city. It's too dangerous. Ahem. You speak Sarkas very well, sir. Is that a Lethanian accent? What's your name? Save it. Alright, Mr. Save It. Would you please move inside a little? I would like to sit down too. Well, he has a name now. Sun sets little by little. Nymph looks at the detector in her hand. It is unclear what she is thinking. Paul stands up and sits down again, then stands up again, finally ducking down into a crouch, counting the gravel on the ground. Shadow of the furnace passes over the east wall. Blood from the wound seeps through the new bandages and coagulates. The fact that they're using the furnace as like an Omega sundial. The infected with the injured arm stands up, draws the knife that he left standing on the ground, and peers at the shadow outside. Going to look for them. You coming? You know which construction site they went to? No, I'll check all of them if I have to. You're just going to march through the streets like that. A wounded outsider. How about this? I'll go with you, and if anyone asks, sha. Paul is still staring at the gravel. He has separated it into 4 piles, sorted by color and size, which now tremble and collapse in a unique rhythm. They're back. Mudrock, they found it. Thump, thump, here come the Colossus. Thump. The heavy footsteps stop at the entrance to the alley. Nymph and Paul soon hear the faint sounds of metal scraping. The sound of blades being drawn. Mudrock, I'm alright. The child of soil and stone walks out from the corner, seemingly oblivious to her friend's call and making no motion in particular. But the infected who follow her put away their weapons. Mudrock walks into the battered shack and throws her shovel in the corner. Hello there. It's been a long time since I've seen a Mudrock. Come in. You have grenades? Sit. Rope. The 3 statements flow from Mudrock's mouth in the same tired tone, with virtually no interruption. Nymph sits down on the stool opposite Mudrock. The infected stream into the room, leaving behind 2 holding a rope that stretches into the alley. A Dial. Hello Mudrock. Yes, I'm a Dial. My name's Nymph. My mom and dad are both DI. I don't know if you've seen my sister at Rhodes Island. Sister? Hello? Who this? They are here? Well, no, I came to... She's trying to chase us out. Don't interrupt, Stick. Stick! Oh god, that's even worse than Save It. came looking for something. Someone ran into a terrifying monster near the shack and we suspected it has something to do with what we're looking for. My guess is that it's just a misunderstanding. There's no monster at all. I know what you mean. We're the monster. That's how the Sarkas here see us. No, that's not what I mean. The Sarkas here aren't much different from those in the settlement outside. They're here because they don't have anywhere else to go. As far as monsters go, Sarkas have been treated as monsters by other races for as long as Kazdel has stood. You must know what I mean, Mudrock. Please, explain to them. Probably not a misunderstanding. What? The monster? Did it look like that? Hey, a hand? Who, me? Okay. Anxious roar? What the heck is that? Hold it tight, drag it in. 1, 2, 1, 2. With the rope tied around their waists, the infected wrap it around their shoulders and pull with all their strength. Paul looks with astonishment at the thing being pulled out from the shadows. It is about twice as tall as a man, its eyes blood red, draped in tattered white linen, with metal wires and ropes tied tightly around it. The monster. Is this the fucking Tin Man? What? How? Where? You sure about this? That thing could collapse this rickety shack with a single kick. Just listen to Mudrock tie it up. How did you catch it, whatever this thing is? The detector is vibrating. Is that your Colossus, Mudrock? Yeah, I saw it by the road on the way back. It was working just fine yesterday, maybe a little slow, but nothing was broken. Then it suddenly ran out in the middle of the night and wouldn't come back. Oh, it got possessed by a revenant, I see. Couldn't sense it with arts either. It's like something was interfering. Do you know what's going on? Maybe it's under the influence of a revenant fragment. Revenant? What do they have to do with it? Well, actually, can I see the Colossus first? Be careful, it lashes out at anyone. All my guys here have taken a few hits. Did it break? Stick's arm? No, he broke it in the fight over some work at the construction site. Come on, Mudrock, you wouldn't stand up for me back there? And now you're doing this in front of some outsider? Did I not stand up for you? I took all his work. He spent the whole day in the sun without getting a single grain of corn. Anything else I should know about the Colossus? It seems to be scared of me. Runs away as soon as it sees me. I would have caught it a long time ago if it wasn't worried that it would topple the furnace. If I wasn't worried that it would topple the furnace if it got into the plaza. Oof, that's quite long. Nothing else really, Nymph. It's Nymph, right? Be really careful if it was the revenant that made go berserk. There aren't many DI in Kazdel. I don't want to get one hurt as soon as I met her. Alright, thanks for the advice. Nymph takes out her detector and cautiously approaches the Colossus. 1 step, 2 steps. As she takes a 3rd step, the detector emits a screeching alarm. So that's it. No, it's not. It's there. The dial points to a crack on the Colossus. A piece of rubble seems to have gotten lodged in it. It is fixed to the Colossus like a hateful eye, no matter how the Colossus struggles. I sense something strange. It's pain that has lasted centuries. Hatred has lasted 100 times longer. Oh, Saul. This is a revenant fragment, Mudrock. I think that's why it went berserk. People were attacked but not injured. I didn't think about why that was, but now I think it just doesn't hurt the Sarkas. I see. The Revenant are like Kazdel. They reject anyone who isn't Sarkas. Need to get the fragment out. Can you help me, Mudrock? You created this Colossus, you should be able to control it. Make it stay still. Just a little while will do. Okay, Mudrock Altar? Summoner? Opium? Mudrock raises a hand to the Colossus. It seems to feel the threat and struggles even harder. The metal wires began to break where they have been weakened by rust, stirring up clouds of dust as they hit the ground. The red glow in the Colossus' eye grows brighter, and all present hear a cold, eerie voice in their heads. Oppression, revenge, banish, banish, banish. All you see is hatred. You cannot even tell sarcasm from outsider. You still raise your fists? That is not what a revenant should be. Alright then, let go. Are you out of your mind? Got it. Scatter on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Banish. Kazdel for sarcasm only. What are you then? You're not a revenant or a gargoyle. You're just a broken arts creation. Shouldn't you get out of Kazdel too? You gonna debate Lordum? Mudrock, look out! Colossus begins to emit smoke from every crack and fissure. It seems to grow larger, raising a right fist that has almost grown to the size of the shack. It is about to bring it down on the young Sarkas. The Dial's staff starts to glow. She looks into the Colossus's eyes and resolutely recites a few words in Sarkas. The red light in the construct's eyes grows dimmer with each word. The shadows behind Nymph become increasingly sinister, as though ready to leap from the gravel at any moment. An instant before the shadow pierces the ground, Mudrock grabs her hand and snaps her fingers. Pop! Snap! Okay, the mic picks it up. The arts that hold the Colossus together are dispelled, and the construct collapses into a pile of gravel and stone. The fist that it tried to bring down turns into a strong gust of wind. Before the dust settles, the faint yellow sunlight has wiped away the last vestige of the sinister shadow. They're really hyping up this Dial stuff, huh? I can't find my way from here. It's okay, I'm going to Rhodes Island's branch office here to report on the Revenant anyway. We're going the same way. Is it safe to put it in that little box? Totally safe. It's Lichcraft. As for you and your friends, I know the guard on duty today. I can have him sneak you out of the city without drawing attention. Why should we leave? Just like that Colossus, there are a lot of people here who wouldn't tolerate an outsider living next door. Your people need to eat and sleep. That's not any easier to come by in the city. Maybe I didn't bring them here just to eat and sleep. In the past, not so long ago, there were more than just sarcasm in this city. People came from far away to teach, heal, build. They weren't here just to eat and sleep. You mean babble? Yep, I was about to say that. But they left. And you know as well as I do why they left. It was just a dream, like the kind you get when you're running a fever. I'm glad it was part of my childhood, but it wasn't always a good thing for Kazdel and the Sarkas. Kazdel is fragile. It can't handle anything like that happening again. Are you speaking for yourself or for all Sarkas? Kazdel is not so fragile from my point of view, and the Sarkas have never been that fragile. The bad can be avoided. The good will always be good. There are things that Kazdel has to face. Kazdel is the last hope for some people, and they can't live in the settlement outside the city forever. You're Sarkas. Your friends aren't. They trust me like I trust Amiya. Amiya, Rhodes Island. I've heard about your ideals. They're attractive. Now I'm even more curious. What is Rhodes Island like? You can come with me to see Amiya. It's not far, just past that street. They're that close? Hold up. She's in Kazdel? Let me do this first though. I said I would, and the one I promised. I'd rather not get on their bad side. Nymph waves the box. The spinning rocks within makes no sound. They're just on the next street. Mudrock nods and walks towards the furnace. You done chatting? Yeah, where do we go next? I would say the market on the east side, but they're long done for the day. Why don't we call it quits too? But I feel like I forgot something. What could it be? Oh no, Beansprout's cart! Well, it's somewhere now. Isn't Nymph back yet? I'm gonna get a bump bigger than Big Head's head if he comes back first. What are you worried for? Nymph always comes through. Look, over there, Nymph. My cart, thank goodness. Isn't there someone to thank besides goodness? Thank you. Thank you so much. The ghost didn't catch you, did it? Stop scaring Cherry with that ghost and monster talk. Just some thugs up to no good. The consultant taught them a lesson. But the homes there are in disrepair and the roads are really narrow. You should avoid the place. Really? But they saw a bunch of people getting chased around by the monster from one end of the city wall to the other. Maybe the ghost is after you, Nymph? Maybe you should teach me a few more words today just in case you can't come tomorrow. I'll be fine, don't worry. He's got a special way of showing concern. It's getting late. I should head back before the broken horns start getting ideas without me around. Beating that mudrock gave me an idea. You think some of the fireworks might have fallen outside the city? How about this? I'll touch base with smugglers outside tomorrow and take a look around the military commission garrison while I'm at it. Alright, I'll check out the East Market. If you find anything, call me immediately. Don't put yourself in danger. No problemo. See you later. Hey, big head. What happened to your hand? It's all swollen. Oh, big guy. Here's your card. Just leave it over there. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll be going. Get lost. I'm too tired to deal with your crap right now. I thought you were going to punch me. Did you not eat at all today, big head? Why the sullen look? What did you just call me? Why is the front of the cart dented? And the handle cracked? Oh, shit. Come here. Let me hear you loud and clear. Please, no, help, mercy. Whoops. I mean, that's still kinda his fault, I guess. Alright, 3 down, 3 to go. You, I do not know you at all. Whomst unfinished attitude. Who? Who this? There's some like Lythanian flair there with the music-ish thing. And the top hat. What is it, Ermi? How's your progress after 2 days? I found lots of them. Well, okay, just 2 actually, but don't you worry. I'll have it all wrapped up in no time. Why, what's the matter? Nothing really. The old man suddenly remembered this little mission of yours, so he's been pestering me about it. He thought these fragments would be causing chaos all over Kazdel, but for the time being, things still seem normal as ever. Nobody's knocking on the military commission's door about it, and we haven't detected any abnormalities either. Okay, I also want to know what happened to the MC. All thanks to me being the first to run into them. Haha. Basically, feel free to keep going at your own pace. Is that all? Yep, that's all. Just remember, safety first. If you run into anything you can't handle, give me a call. Sure will do. Thanks, Ermi. Ermi's thoughtful as ever, even while she works. I should probably pick up the pace. So, what do you want to eat? Eh? Oh, sorry, let me have a look. I'll try this one. Is this a new recipe? Just baked though, same as always. Pretty sure I've seen you eat here before too. But the taste is different, no? It's chewier than last time. Maybe even a little bit sweet? Really? Maybe my ingredients are better this time around. More and more folks have been coming back lately, and I got ways to get quality stuff at a lower price. Dog gets nicer? That's a bonus. Then, do you still need my help negotiating prices? Nah, an old merc customer of mine put me in touch with a better supplier. They've got reasonable prices and they're a friendly bunch. No need to trouble yourself any longer. Happy to hear that. Does this mean one day you can make white bread like they do in Victoria? You little glutton. What's so great about white bread? Next time you've got time, I'll cook you up some grilled meat. Really? Grilled meat. Can I have 3 more buns of the dough to go? I'll eat them on the road. Sure, just wait a sec, I'll give you some fresh out of the oven. Heh, thank ya. Gotten so much done over the last 2 days, I think I deserve a little treat for myself. Nothing beats a full belly. What's with the magician theater attire? Nymph glimpses a sarcasm out of the corner of her eye. Not on purpose, of course. Any passerby would find themselves turning their head. It would be hard not to. She stands motionless, leaning against her cane with her top-hatted head held high. Top-hatted head held high. That's a tongue twister. Here, where most are disheveled and scruffy looking, a woman like her is a rare sight indeed. Here, your dough. Eh? Oh, thanks. First time laying eyes on her? I don't think I've ever seen anyone quite like her. She wasn't always this way. Not sure when she went mad. Left Kazdel to make a name for herself, came back looking like this. Oh, well, even so, she does look pretty nice. What's the point of looking nice? Can't sell a thing if you just stand there all day. She sells baked dough too? As if. She makes jewelry out of garbage. Some odd gewgaws too, like a transparent glass witchcraft orb with the model of Kazdel inside, or cups etched with strange patterns. It's all expensive, fragile stuff. Only a fool would buy any of it. Heard she's got ornaments and statues on top of all of that, even less business on those. Can't get any use out of them most days, and so expensive too. Don't know what she's thinking. Everyone around has been telling her, but she won't listen to a word of it. I don't think it's a bad thing getting to see someone dressed up so pretty on the street every day. Just hope she earns enough to feed herself. It'll be some terrible joke if she'd starve to death in front of my stall, right? I see where you're coming from. I'd better get going. See ya. Be seeing you, Nymph. Bring some friends next time. I will. Bye-bye. Who is this? I don't think I've ever seen. Whew. Now that I'm full, I should get back to work. I can't get to see it. It's too fast. Is that how they dress in Victoria? Those fabrics look really expensive. And there's that brooch of hers with those purple and red gems. Once I'm done with this job and I get my reward from Ermi, I'll go have a look at her stall. Hello. Wait, there's one here? No way, there was no response just a moment ago. That's funny. Where is it then? Wait, that brooch with the purple and red gems? Uh-oh. Nymph feels a sudden tickle up her spine. She turns to look at the stall devoid of customers. No one is there. The behatted stall owner has long since packed up her wares and disappeared into the endless stream of people flowing through Kazdel. Ermi, please pick up. It's urgent. What now? She's only wearing all that jewelry because she's possessed, then she... There's no time. I'll go looking for her first. Uh-oh. It's not miscommunication. Hello? Do you know where the lady who runs this stall went off to? The one wearing a suit and hat and top hat. Huh? A suit of what? She's wearing really strange clothes and selling stuff no one wants to buy. She went that way? Okay, thank you. The baked dough. I got it from the stall over on the corner. Here, have some. If you like it, make sure you go to that stall. I'm almost out of the city at this point. What did she come here for? What's the detector say? A very weak reaction, but it's here alright. I'll just have to check over everything. Oh. It's here. A warehouse? She lives here? No way, why would someone wearing such nice clothes live here? Maybe it's because of the Revenant fragment? I can't reach Ermi and Pulse looking for fragments somewhere else. Come on, Nymph, think. There's gotta be a way. Hypnosis, mental suggestion, Origin of Mars. Maybe I could snatch it away? Hello, young lady. Do you need me for something? Sorry, let me think a bit longer. Very good, ma'am. Ah. Hello? Crowny Mantel, elegance extraordinaire. A pleasure to meet you. Now, how may I be of service? Would you sell me that brooch? Why? Because I really like it. Oh. Well, I'm terribly sorry, ma'am, but it is not for sale. Moreover, I'm afraid it is not suited to your ensemble. I have here an adornment much more appropriate for a rose such as yourself. If your need is dire, I could give it to you. Sorry, I'm only interested in the brooch. Nymph looks into Crownie's eyes. Her arms hang by her sides as her fingers sway lightly at an unusual frequency, tracing complex patterns in the air. They are reflected in Crownie's pupils, but as she blinks, they are gently wiped away. Seems they have not dug deep into her heart as Nymph expected. I'm afraid that's not possible. I will not part with this gem before finding a suitable replacement. Now I have some pressing business to attend to, so I'm afraid I cannot entertain you any longer. On your way now. Wave staff. Chant softly. Please wait a moment and hear my plea. Nymph projects her arts with all her will and they descend gently upon Crownie. 1 second. 2. Her target continues to walk away. Oh wow, no effect. She's wearing the fragment. Getting around the Revenant's influence on her sure isn't easy. This is a really stupid way to do it, but I'm sorry. Gotta be something else. Forgive me, Madame Yale, but I'm in a hurry. Please don't block my way. Eh? Ermi, please answer. Ermi. Arts don't work. I can't fight her and I can't snatch it away. She's no normal hawker. Just follow her for now, Nymph. Let's see where our ancestor wants to take her. Even if something happens, I can at least give more info to Ermi. It's not like she's going to go all the way out of the city, right? Hehe. We're on the outskirts already. Where's she going? Maybe she really is leaving the city. I should contact the liches at the gates then. Ermi gave me their info. They should be able to get a fragment for me. Eh? Where'd she go? Wait, what? Nymph watches as Crownie opens her own box, drawing out a hang glider from the depths within. Hello? One hand grips the cane hooked onto the glider's frame while the other holds the box tight. With her characteristic ramrod straight figure dangling from the glider, she swoops off into the distance. What the hell am I looking at here? Can a Revenant fragment really do all that? I guess I should. Forget it. Ermi's being awfully unreliable right now. Wait, how about Nymph hems and haws for a while as she watches the glider float away. But in the end, she makes up her mind. She inserts the tip of her key into the keyhole on her staff. It breaks apart, turning into a swarm of keys surrounding her. I want to see that in action though. She grabs one and opens the bag at her waist, the keys immediately splitting into 2 groups as she does so. One flock of keys attached to her staff, rapidly spinning like a drone's rotor wing. The others act as platforms under Nymph's feet, holding her afloat despite gravity's pull. They can do that? Neat. Standing in midair is an extremely strange experience. Drifting off wherever the wind blows, watching the familiar sights behind slowly shrink away. Until the jagged edges of Kazdel have faded into fuzziness under the gentle light of the sun. Then, with the breeze in back and the wind ahead. It's a flying chase scene. I never thought I would see that in Arknights. A moment's distraction means tumbling to the ground. Ah! Both. Ah. Here, use my handkerchief to wipe your sweat. Okay, let me take a better look. Very fancy. Oof, in the neck. And that's why the goggles are there for the flying, eh? Ah, thanks. I must admit, I have never seen anyone act quite so recklessly. You are inexperienced with those arts, are you not? Yes? If you hadn't flown by to catch me, I'd be a big splat on the ground. Thank you for the hanky. Oh, don't mention it. You always use your glider to leave the city? It's quick, convenient, and graceful, a most beautiful method of transportation. I was inspired by the cable cars plying Yerag's snowy peaks. You been to Yerag? I will have been one day, but for now, the pictures in the newspaper will suffice. You should head back home already, young Dial. Very mysterious. What a strange ancestor. Why is he in such a hurry to leave Kazdel, and why bring Crowny along? Oh, there's no signal here. Guess you're on your own, Nymph. Your big adventure begins here. Wah wah wah. This music. Oh, thank goodness, she finally stopped. It looks like she's not leaving Kazdel just yet. In the distance, Crowny takes a deep breath, then yells a strange incantation. I'm still not sure. Come on out, suffering. Suffering? Is that some kind of incantation? Might be a name of a sarcasm king. It wouldn't be strange for an ancient king to have a name like that. If you insist, old buddy. What the fuck? Well, I did not see that coming, like, at all. Also, why suffering? Jesus. If you insist, old buddy. Hehehe, long time no see. A Sancta? His plan involves a Sancta? What the heck is he up to? I can see you, little Dial. Need to hide behind a rock. Come on out. Why is your apprentice being such a stranger? She's not. I believe there might be some misunderstandings at play here. She has been following me for quite some time now. If you keep wandering around with that brooch on, I think your face will end up on an arrest warrant real quick. I'll take it under advisement, Mostima. May I see the goods I ordered? But of course. Mostima gingerly places the box she is carrying between the two of them. 3 bolts of top quality soft silk straight from Yan, just like you asked. Go ahead, inspect all you like. This is... I can feel it. This subtle pushback when you press down on it. This suppleness, this pure white. Can I see it? Of course not. I guess he really does want to leave Kazdel. He's even got a bunch of supplies ready. Huh? Where'd that Sancta go? Hey, little Dial. Nice weather today, isn't it? Stay back. I'm a caster. I've got really super strong arts. Oh, what a coincidence. As it turns out, I'm a caster too. Makes us counterparts, don't you think? But It's fine, it's fine. You look reasonable enough. Not the type to attack a defenseless messenger like me for no reason. I'll take your silence as a good sign. Crowny's gonna need a while longer to check out her haul, so I'll get some fresh air over here. Maybe slack off a bit. Won't bother you at all. How's that sound? I did not fucking expect Mostima here. So you're a messenger? Penguin Logistics. Guaranteed success. Wanna try some ladder and candy? Thanks. Then you can have some of this. What is it? Baked dough from Kazdel. Shame it's gone cold. It's really tasty when it's hot. Well, don't mind if I do. So, how do you know Crowny? I probably shouldn't tell you. Find confidentiality and all, but you sure you want to listen to a Sancta story? Who knows, I might weave a web of lies to snare your soul. Go ahead, I can tell truth from lies. You say the Sancta are all awful and terrible, but you haven't shot me with a gun yet, and you haven't tried to cut off my horns for a trophy on your belt. Jesus Christ, yo, relax. Alright, I'll start talking. There was that Sancta movie from R6, yeah? Where to begin? A few years ago, on a job in Ursus, I ran into a Sarkas. Jesus, it's already in Ursus. A Sarkas in Ursus. It could be a Wendigo. She, never mind. I mean, it could still be a Wendigo, but I don't think so. Apparently, she couldn't stand life at home and decided to wander. Oh, it's her. I'm stupid. By the time I met her, she had just managed to find the path she wanted to follow. Ursus has real strict controls on a lot of things, so that Sarkas needed people like us to get her the stuff she wanted. Was Crowny a designer in Ursus? A designer? An Ursine hiring a Sarkas to be an assistant is already a super nice Ursine. You know, the fashion brand that hired her was actually founded by a Sarkas, but it got so crazy popular in Ursus, most people think it's local. Even that fashion freak over there thought so at first. Anyway, she got the cold shoulder in Ursus, so after a bunch more wandering, she made her way back here. She must have made a lot of money before she came back. Money? Shame I have to say it, but she's barely got 2 coins to rub together. When you look at her, well, you're seeing everything she's got in a way. The silk's perfect, Mostima. And why is she buying cloth? I've seen where she lives and the people around her. Maybe she's keeping meals to afford all this expensive stuff. Maybe she predicted that the furnace would explode and wanted the Revenant to latch onto the fabric. No, that doesn't make any sense. Wowee, that sounds serious. I have no clue what you're talking about, but we should probably head on over. Come on. Whoops. There goes classified information. Well, I won't say classified, I guess. I guess it is, since it seems like the Liches are on lockdown, patrolling the outskirts of Kazdel. Need anything else, Crowny? My thanks, Mostima. You must have been through a lot coming all this way. Nah, just doing my job. As for further work, I would like some fabric from Sargon. I presume I will need to give full payment in advance, just as before. Okay, which Sargon? Desert Sargon? Rainforest? It's basically like Aquala or Zerwerza. I mean, sure, but I don't think you'll be needing my services much longer. Whatever do you mean? Is your company changing its modus operandi? No, don't get the wrong idea here. What I mean is, this sort of stuff will be sold in Kazdel soon enough, so you won't need Penguin Logistics. Is that so? The number of caravans going in and out of Kazdel has doubled several times over. The folks at Rose Island have also helped set up a few connections for the city. They'll probably have a place you can get imported goods before long. So you're saying I will be able to sell my Kazdelian souvenirs? Your what? Crystal balls, cups, you know, souvenirs you'd get on a trip. Not that different to the ones you see in other countries. They're just Kazdel themed. But who would want to go on vacation to Kazdel? You don't really have any good sightseeing spots. I wouldn't mind, to be honest. Walk around, see your soul furnace, roam the streets, and there's that Temple of Knowledge. That's in Kazdel, right? Shame I won't get the chance. Your idea is not bad though. You should talk to the merchants. They might want to buy some souvenirs to show off back home. I'll bear it in mind. My thanks. As for you, young Dial, call me Nymph. Let's go, Madame Nymph. We should hurry on home. Okay, well, see you, Sanctum Messenger Lady. Ciao. If you ever need anything, remember to call Penguin Logistics. Crowny's got our contact. Huh, that went a lot better. Whew. Shouldn't you have popped out too, Suffering? Or is it Mad Bomber these days? Wait, who? Oh my god, of course. Have you lost your mind? Coming to Kazdel just for a delivery? If you get caught by the Sarkas, there's no way you're making it out alive. She's an old customer, not wise to refuse a request. What, worried about me? What was her name? Suffering or what? Mad Bomber? Jesus. What happened to fucking... I forgot the other one. Something Vigil. Supervising you is my job. We're going back right now. Immediately. Alright, alright. Not like there's anywhere to run this wasteland anyway. Say, why don't we go have some fun in Kazdel for a day? Start walking. Classic via meta. Ah, it's so hard to get through to you. Hello. Oh, we're just back in her warehouse. Welcome to my humble abode. After an entire day of walking, Nymph and Crowny are back in front of the warehouse where they first spoke. The place that Nymph assumed the Revenant compelled Crowny to go to avoid a crowd. She really does live here. There's a bed, a workbench, some clothes hung up, a corner full of junk. She's missing a lot of basic furniture. I mean, she is the furniture, I guess. When you look at her, well, you're seeing everything she's got in a way. Yep, pretty much. Please, make yourself at home. Sure. Do you need help, Crowny? No, I can handle things on my own. The cloth you brought is really expensive. A mere several months worth of food. Hardly important. Jesus, wait. I still don't know what kind of sarcasm I'm looking at here. I mean, the most common one apparently is Goliath, I believe. This place is ill-suited for a brooch. I use this cloth to make a matching necktie or cravat. Madam Nymph, what is it? Model, you wanted this brooch, did you not? Eh? Yeah? But didn't you take it? I no longer have need of it. Wow, that was easy. And even if that's Revenant in this. A heavy stillness emanates from the brooch, and Nymph cannot stop herself from shivering. She quickly throws the fragment-embedded jewelry into her box. This whole time, the Revenant fragment seems to have done nothing other than latch onto the brooch. No commanding strange creations, no instigating arguments in the crowd. When he was in the palm of her hand, she even felt some fury and frustration coming from him, like talking to a burden beast? Pardon. Oh no, it's nothing. Just a funny idea that popped into my head. Are you feeling alright, Crowny? Thank you for your concern, but I've been fit as a fiddle this entire time. She doesn't sound any different from earlier. Has she really recovered from it? If there's anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to ask. As it were, Madam Nymph. I do have a presumptuous request. Just Nymph is fine, no need to be so formal. Very well then, Nymph. Would you come here for a moment? Nymph looks at the clothes atop Crowny's workbench. They appear to be a suit, but not in Crowny's size. Would you try this on? Me? Crowny whips out a tape measure, rapidly taking Nymph's measurements while muttering strings of numbers to herself. Well, there it is, the model. It should fit you, give it a try. Are these clothes really expensive? I'm scared I'll... Don't worry, it's not finished yet. Alright then. How do I look? Beautiful. How's the fit? Are the cuffs too tight? Too loose? Anywhere that feels particularly awkward? No, it's a perfect fit. Are you making these clothes for a friend? No, it is a gift to myself. This outfit's creation is my dream, but alas, I'm still unable to realize it. I think it's pretty much perfect already. Far from it, I'm afraid. The cuffs still need embellishment, the accessories still need matching. All in all, still rather crude. You may take it off now, Nymph. My thanks. Oh, okay. But why would you make an outfit you can't wear? Because its revelation gave my life direction. I wanted to distinguish my life from those of others. But I too love this city, and so I called attention to myself through a multitude of methods. Old sarcasm tricks all. I'm sure you'll understand where I'm coming from. In the end, I was driven away from Kazdel, set adrift into the wilds. I was offered menial work in Ursus. At first, it was only my survival instinct that spurred me to accept. But I found myself rather suited to deft needlework. More importantly, I obtained a designer's manuscript. A sarcasm designer from Kazdel. Kazdel designer. Never have I thought those two words could fit together. Were these clothes in that manuscript? They were. It was a heavily damaged book. Much information was lost, save for a note reading 4 AM. In the framework of this suit, naught else remained. Despite the damage, it provoked an emotion I have never felt before. In order to understand it, I took up tailoring, alongside the crafting of many other knickknacks. As it happened, Kazdel had forgotten me by that point, and so I returned, under a new identity. Kazdel has changed, just as I have. It's a more tolerant city these days. Even a stuck-out nail such as I can find a stage here. Is that why you made stuff you can't sell? They are souvenirs. There will come a day that Kazdel will entertain visitors from all across Terra. This I do believe. Though I am merely testing the waters on a whim, if other places can enjoy something, then why not Kazdel? We are not so different from them. It could be a suit of fashionable clothes, a set of baubles for tourists, or even a way of life, the pursuit of beauty. You might be thinking too far ahead. I've never even dreamed of Kazdel being a tourist attraction. You're right that the city has changed lately though. There's lots of people walking around and it's real lively these days, completely different from before. Did you see the fireworks a few nights ago? They were so pretty. Maybe the furnace got a bit too happy and lively and that's why it fired them off. Nymph, what's going on? Everything is fine now, Army. Ran into some trouble while I was trying to get the fragment, but they're all taken care of. Good to hear. I was helping the old... aiding my master in some research on phylactery, so I didn't catch your calls. Terribly sorry about that. It's fine. I've covered most of the city by now. There's just one newly repaired residential district left to check. I might be finished by tomorrow, so you'd better get that reward ready. Once you're done, come right over and it's all yours. You're a lifesaver. I'll be turning in early tonight. Goodbye. Sure, see you soon, Army. Well, I won't trouble you any longer, Crowny. If anything comes up, remember to come find me. Here's my contact. I will, thank you. Good night, Nymph. Good night. I'm so tired. I never got to eat any of that bake though I brought this morning. Munch. I think if I warm it up once I get home, it'll taste a lot better. Paul, how did you find me? You walked up to the city gates and flew off the walls. The information broker's been chatting about you pretty much all day. Did you find anything? Nope, no signs of fragment influence around the military commission's garrison or settlement. You found something yourself, didn't you? Yeah, look, the fragment I found today is super pretty. It's like a gem. It's a piece of glass from inside the furnace, looks like. You're right though, that color is really distinctive. The lady who gave it to me was really distinctive too. Day's been real hard on me though. I was running around all day and now I'm hungry and tired. Go home and get some rest already. Just one residential district left to check. Gotta do all we can to get everything wrapped up tomorrow. Alright. Damn, you're so tired you nearly smacked your head against the wall. Fine, I'll walk you home. Don't fall asleep just yet. Tell me about this distinctive lady you met. Sure, I went to the market this morning to buy some baked dough which smelled real nice. Neato. I believe that is... 4 down. Hello. Eyes for lady. The witch and her afternoon tea. What kind of sarcasm is this? Nah? Maybe? I guess I gotta brush up on that, huh? Where am I? Who this? Well, is this Sammy? Hey! Hey! How did I get here? My hand. Pink patterns have formed on her hand. Blood has frozen into crystal, tearing the skin apart and forcing its way out along the patterns. Wait, is she sanguinary? Vampire? A chill wind blows past, stirring blood and flesh like flower petals, leaving behind only... It hurts. Why? Alright, time to wakey wakey. Half an hour ago. That is foggy fog. I'm sorry, Nymph. I hate to rush you like this, but I won't have peace here until these revenant fragments are back where they belong. Master and Wishadil have been fighting constantly. They sound crazier than the ancestors in the furnace. I'm sorry, Ermi. I've practically combed every inch of Kazdel, but I just couldn't find the remaining fragments. please, I'm counting on you. What about that slum kid who was with you? He ran the number of households in this area against how fast we walked and figured that we had to split up to check everything before sundown. We split it down the middle. He said he had some repairmen on his side with sticky fingers and he wanted to take the opportunity to teach them a lesson. I hope he's not putting himself in danger, but I'm sure he can handle it. Hello. Hey, come on. It was just a few questions. Why the weapons? Can't expect to run a dirty operation without facing the music, and I never said I was gonna report you to the military commission. Alright, if it's just the two of you, I could use the exercise. What? Those guys are with you too? How many are there? 20? 30? Is it too late for negotiations? Do you think a revenant would miss the furnace after a few days and go home on his own? Are you even listening to yourself? Would you want to go back to the place where you were held prisoner for centuries? It's just an idea. I don't know what it's like in the furnace. You know, maybe Kazdel is a kind of furnace too. People outside think it's scary and terrible, but it's home to us. It's hard to imagine being imprisoned for hundreds of years when I've been around for less than 20. Maybe you're in a better position to judge, Jeremy. I wouldn't carry on down this topic if I were you, Nymph. Hehehe. You realize something else, Nymph. Probably no one else in Kazdel who would think like that but you, our kindest Thial. Huh? What did I... Do I smell herbal tea? Oh, I remember now. Kalaisa's place is right over there. Should we pay her a visit? Nymph, we have more urgent business, remember? Right, I was suggesting we go ask about the Revenant fragments. Who said anything about berry cookies? Are the fragments not urgent business? Fine, but don't take too long. It's a wonder you get along so well with Kalaisa though. Nice name. She's wonderful. She always gives me little presents when I visit. Why is everyone scared of her? Oh, but I can't go empty-handed, official business or not. Let me see. She only moved in recently. What would be a good housewarming gift? Food. Money. Pretty much money. Knock knock. With one hand behind her back, Nymph knocks on the slightly damp door with the other. Are you home, Kalaisa? Oh, hello, Nymph. Just a second while I get the door. Yup. Good afternoon, Kalaisa. I didn't have time to prepare a gift, but I hope you like this anyway. I remember you said you wanted some flowers to cover up the smell of herbs in the house. Oh, careful of the mud. I picked them with the roots so you can plant them in your garden. Pair of hands, fair as ivory, takes the flowers. Blue petals fall upon her gloves like the patterns of fine embroidery. Okay, let me see here. Big staff, some ribbons. That is an insane hair. Or, I'm assuming that's hair. Your jacket's like floating. Maybe it's strapped here somewhere. The horn though. It has like segments. Cool. Blue snowdrops. Can Kazdel's barren soil nurture such beauties now? Thank you, Nymph. I'll place this gift in the finest vase. Yeah, I kinda, violated your home. Glad you liked it. I didn't know they were called blue snowdrops. I'm delighted that you came to visit, Nymph, but unfortunately I'm about to head out. Oh, you're busy? Is this a bad time? I'll... Not at all, just a small errand. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. You can wait here. Just don't touch anything while I'm out. Oh god. Some things are not ready or suitable to be presented. Promise me? I promise I won't touch anything. My parents taught me manners. Good girl. Time to touch. Touchy touch. Nymph sits down by the desk. The warm candlelight is like a fragile barrier against the shadows from the corners and the roof. A faint acidic scent wafts from the herbs hanging from the roof beams. The wooden cabinets by the walls stands like coffins, guarding secrets that must never see the light of day. Oof, my heart's racing for some reason. What's that creaking sound? Is there a moose beast in the walls? Nymph gulps. She feels a chill run up her spine. She keeps glancing at the window, but the daylight outside seems to grow darker every time she does. Her heart races with an unusual rhythm. The dial touches her chest and feels a trembling box. Oh, it's just a detector. Wait, it wasn't reacting when I was outside? Could the fragment be in this house? My back's starting to hurt from sitting too long. I should stretch my legs. It's alright if I just took a look around, isn't it? This way? That way? Up there? It's not under the floor, is it? There! The signal's getting stronger. Ouch! Where did this cabinet come from? Was it here all along? Oh no, I knocked something off. Calais is gonna think I messed with her stuff. I've got to put it back. Surely it's fine to put something that fell on the... Surely it's fine to put back something that fell on the floor? Nymph bends down and feels for the blurry shadows in the darkness. A strange sensation strikes her fingertips. She lifts the shadow, revealing a garland of branches, thorns, and moss flower, with snowdrops still mixed in. Ancient Sarkas, snow. Nymph feels her heart skip a beat upon saying the ancient Sarkas word, like the chill she gets when an actual snowflake falls on her palm. She stares at the garland in her hand, resisting the urge to put it on. The room seems to shrink and darken until it's almost suffocating. The sound of breathing in her ears grows heavier. But is it her own or from behind her? The branches entwine with her hair and the thorn pierces her palm. Nymph silently counts, then turns slowly but resolutely to look behind her. Please take it. What the hell? You, when did you... Who are you? Please take it. Please take it. I mean, that's Naxerer. That's one of the Naxerer soldiers. The walls of the hut fall and the roof is gone. I find myself in the wilderness, the chaos of battle coming from beyond the dust. The garland in my hand has turned to blood, spilling through my fingertips. A bloodied Naxerer crawls toward me, but I cannot move. Help me, master. Who are you? Tell the liege. The king of Sarkas is dead. Yllis has fallen. Oh wow, hello. Yllis? Why do we still fight? I hear the ancient Sarkas language, disjointed syllables that come together to form words. King, death, fight. I try to ask him where we are, but my words slip away from my lips, turning to faint echoes in the sky. Where am I? The end of the battlefield, the boundary between life and death. Why do you not grant me your blessing, master? Do you despise my cowardice too? Grant me the pain of decay. Grant me the continuation of life. Take this power away. Please take it. He pulls out a rotten object from his chest and places it in my hand. Is that his heart? His visage contorts from pain. His eyes are a mixture of reverence, fear, and hate. Get it away from me. I don't want it. Help! I understand. This is not a blessing, but punishment for my desertion. Please, Master Kalaisa. He called me Kalaisa? Wait, why is my hand acting on its own? Is this a trick, Kalaisa? Stop it. Raise my hand at the broken figure, but the hand I see is wrapped in bandages soaked with dried blood. A tattered cloth brushes against the deserter's helmet. The scent of decay flows out, tearing away at what remains of his reason, filling his husk, bringing life. I feel a daze, then hunger. I bestowed strength on my weakened kin, becoming stronger in the process. Without speaking, I hear a familiar voice in my head. Cast down your weapon, deserter, and leave my battlefield. As you wish, master. He casts down his heavy armor piece by piece, revealing terrifying wounds through gaps in the cloth that shrouds him. The blood seeping out of his body coagulates instantaneously like new skin. Have you seen snow before? The sound of the word is peculiar, but I understand what it means. It has been so long since it last snowed in Kazdel, many have forgotten how to pronounce the word. I killed an ursine and cleaved open his chest. I watched as he died, but he didn't seem to feel any pain, repeating only a single word over and over, saying the Ursan word for snow. It must be something that removes the pain. Have you seen snow, Master? Pain is the shadow of strength, and life is the sun. I cannot see snow under the scorching sun. Is that why you moved to Sami? You're afraid of pain, but not of death. But why we live in, nay, it is not my place to say. I should go, Master. Go north, and don't come back. The scene before me fades into the distance. I am rapidly moving away from the ground and toward the battlefield. I see helmets clash and swords strike against armor. I see the shadow of death looming over Kazdel. Do that. And we're here. Where am I? Hey. How did I get here? My hand. Pink patterns have formed on my hand. Blood is frozen into crystal, tearing the skin apart and forcing its way out along the patterns. A chill wind blows past, tearing my blood and flesh like flower petals, leaving behind only... It hurts. Why? Come. Give me your hand. Kalaisa? She holds my hands tightly and recites an incantation that I have never heard before. I see clear droplets of water hanging from her eyelashes. Perhaps it is melted snow. Oof! She exhales and lets my hands go. The comforting warmth is still there. I spread my palms open. The patterns and wounds are no longer there, replaced by a pair of blue butterfly wings, which flap and disappear into the snowfield. Is this real? Yes, it is. Come, I'll tell you on the way. I say gentle woman. Kalaisa. Have we met before? It's alright. You may call me the North Wind Witch here. I think you're the first Noxeter I've seen since I came here. Noxeter? I've sensed your presence ever since you set foot on the snowfield. You're growing weaker, like a campfire buried under snow. A Noxeter who turns from war inevitably grows weaker, a process that is even more painful than waiting for the approach of death. So why did you do it? She throws the question at me casually, like kicking up a puff of loose snow. But the question feels so heavy I can only gasp for air. Words fail me. Was it because of that or? The Liege, nay Nezalem, had no choice, and you had to take the opposite path as I did. Oh, so these are the Noxeters who don't war. We're here. Behind a cracked boulder lies a small patch of ice where wind and snow cannot reach. Beneath this ice, the water remains calm, cradling a round air pocket like a sorrowful eye. The North Wind Witch cracks the edges of the icy surface with her staff, and the air pocket escapes, becoming one with the wind and snow again. Came across this place by chance. The moose beasts won't drink from it, even if they're dying of thirst. This spring does not grow or diminish. Its water always clear. It exists on its own, outside of this snowfield. I once bandaged myself by the spring, but later discovered that immersing in it was far more effective. Like, you bathe in it? I've heard that workers on the mobility layer bury barrels in the ground to bathe, but it's so cold here. The water is not deep. You can hold my hand if you're afraid. Alright, I guess I'll try. Eek! Step slowly into the spring. The cold penetrates the armor and bandages that do not belong to me, piercing my every bone. The water covers my shoulders and presses against my heart. Kalaisa, no. North Wind Witch. Do you remember encountering a dying Noxeter deserter a long time ago? I do. Did he ever see the snow? I heard he died on his way to the north. But he saw the snow at least, didn't he? No, he may never have seen it, but the snow was always inside him. The heartbeat gradually slows and I can hear the sound of snowflakes falling on my head in between the rhythm. Festering wounds and old scars continue to sting. The withered flesh and blood will never flourish again, but none of it matters anymore. The pain has not lessened. It simply exists in another form now, like snowflakes that melt in the icy spring. Kalaisa, is this really a dream? If it is, who did you make it for? What do you want to tell them? Your past, your future, or who you really are? Kalaisa does not answer. She sits by the shore, her staff laid sideways on her legs. I see a blue-purple butterfly fly past her hair. One after another, they encircle the icy spring, turning the decay in me into new butterflies as they flap their wings. Crystalline butterflies surround her. Fingertips drop down to brush the surface of the water, but there is no ripple. Snow stops and I suddenly realize that so too has this dream. Is the dream over? Kalaisa, can I leave now? You're scaring me. I could really use some hot tea right now. Kalaisa? In the darkness, I sense something approaching, but whatever it is not alive. What is this, collapsal? I try to curl up but cannot sense my limbs or torso. It is as if only my consciousness is left. Presence in the dark, malicious sounds. I feel fangs. I sense hunger. I arrive beyond the end, before the door. Kalaisa, help! I shouldn't have touched your stuff. I'm sorry. Kalaisa. Cold engulfs me again and fear rushes into my throat. Just as I am certain I will drown, the door opens. Come in. Oh, hello. It's Nizalem? Holy! Well, I didn't... You have rejected the title that the military commission conferred upon you, Kalaisa. Do you know what you have turned down? A war that we have yearned for too long. The blood of the old days will not be washed away. Don't tell me you really intend to leave with that house. The liches will never allow you to leave with their handiwork. No. Why is there a Dial here? Hello, my liege? Are you King Nazalem? I read about you in my textbooks. The tall Naxater bends down toward me. I cannot tell whether he is observing, listening, or trying to discern my scent. Why have you come? She has not polished this memory, nor connected it to other things. I don't know. One minute I was in an ice spring with her, and the next thing I know I'm here. What do you buy not connected to other things? What do you mean by? Kalaisa deserted her war, but never her kind. She preserved her memories for her kin, for reasons unknown. Perhaps she discovered a new path in the endless ice fields. Do you mean we're in Kalaisa's memories? Do you know how I can leave? How do I wake up from this dream? Time has no meaning here. No one can know when you will wake up, or if deeper slumber awaits. Then, are you real or a version from Kalaisa's memories? It does not matter. The life of Nezalem matters not. The name of Nezalem is synonymous with war. But it has been a long time since I talked to someone like this. Okay, maybe we can chat until I wake up. Has the war for Londinium ended, Dial? Yes, I suppose, but I don't think you'd like how it ended. No. Surely I would have passed on, but Kazdel and the Sarkas will remain. The patriarch of the Naxater stays silent for a long time, as though he has forgotten I am here. Ahem. Maybe we could talk about something else? Very well. Is it turnip season? What the fuck? Huh? Oh. Not a lot of people plant them these days. Most people plant maize and sweet potatoes. You're into food? I know a lot about that. I mean, maybe not Naxater food. Go on. That's fucking funny. My man's Riz is it's turnip season. I'm back. I left a pot of herbal tea on the stove outside before I went out. Just about ready now. Get the tea set out, Nymph. The one with the pink roses is for you. Nymph? The tray slips from the North Wind Witch's hand and she only has time to grab the scalding teapot. The tray shatters on the floor, but she simply stares in horror at the table. The garland of branches, thorns, and moss flower lies beneath the dim candlelight. The owl is gesturing excitedly to it, as though roasting sweet potatoes in furnace ash. It's even sweeter than honey when it's fresh out of the furnace, worth the blisters it gives you. Oh, look at me. I just keep talking about myself. What about you? What's your favorite food? Sauteed turnips? Oh, sweet potatoes might be your next favorite. Just give me a minute. I'll fetch a few from the furnace for you. Kalaisa, you're back. Hey, when did I wake up? What's going on? Nezalem? Nymph stares blankly in front of her, then looks down at her hands before looking to the North Wind Witch with teary eyes. Kalaisa, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't touch your stuff again. Ouch, hot. Why are you standing here with a teapot in your hands? Why do you think? How did you get to my unfinished trinket in the time it took for me to pick a few flowers from the garden? You even got him out. Tell me what happened. The revenant detector started reacting as soon as I walked in. I felt like I had to look around a bit. I never meant to put it on, but it's like my hands weren't my own. Then I had a scary dream. One moment I was you, flying all over the battlefield. Then I was in an ice spring with you, then a monster almost ate me. Those are dreams that I made with my own memories to help Naxxater veterans cope after returning from war. They haven't been fully tested yet, they're dangerous. Thank goodness you weren't hurt. I'm not leaving you alone in this house ever again. And you can forget about today's berry cookies if you can't keep your hands to yourself. I really didn't mean to put it on, but there was some sort of power compelling me. I thought you were playing a trick on me. Could it be the Revenant fragment you were talking about? No wonder the hut hasn't felt quite right these past few days. I thought it had indigestion or something. The North Wind Witch puts down the teapot, walks around the room, then looks up at the center of the roof. I give you a choice, revered ancestor. You can mock me with my memories in my house, but if you disrespect my guest... Oh, hello. Shadows surge out from the corners of the house, as if wanting to devour the two. But a pair of eyes, cold as ice, delivers its ultimatum. Then, the eyes close and ice blue witchcraft begins to spread through the space. I don't get to see it, Sag. Are you gonna talk or not? Stop, you're gonna twist my arm off. Looks like you're the easiest of them to break. Good, saves me the effort. One more time, are you sure you didn't see it? How was I supposed to see where your thing fell in the middle of the night? Anything like that would make a bang when it crashed, but we didn't. Thanks, see you later. Wait, I want to know what the sarcasm swearing happened to. Nymph? Are you okay? Nymph? Did you find your fragment? I did. Box closes with a click and Nymph jumps down from the rubble, raising her handy box in triumph. Aren't I awesome? I already have so many. Yes, quite. I already had that fragment under my witchcraft, but it was your awesome arts that brought it down, along with my house. Slow clap. Bruh. Sorry, that was the shadow I saw in my nightmare and I lost control of my arts because I was scared. But I heard Nezalem says your hut was made out of lich arts. I happen to know a lich. Please, Kalaisa, why are you suddenly looking at me like that? You're scaring me. What else did he tell you? Funny you should bring that up because I don't recall giving you permission to go over my memories. It was an accident, and you wasted perfectly good tea and berry cookies. Excuse me, what's going on, Nymph? Did you find the fragment? You're a friend of Nymph's, yes? She found her fragment, but I'm afraid she's busy at the moment. You're Madame Kalaisa, right? So, what's she busy with? She angered the ancestors and wrecked my house, so now she has to fix it before she can go. But I thought your house walked into Kazdel and survived cannon blasts from bandits. Could Nymph really have wrecked it alone? Your house is alive? I guess she wasn't joking about that. The house wasn't feeling well. Eh? What was that? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all, ma'am. Oh, there is Shiji of her too. Good to meet them. Would you like some tea? I poured it right before she blew the roof off. I appreciate the offer, but I'm good. Keep at it, Nymph. Just a few more piles of rubble left and you're good to go. Bruh, what am I looking at? I'm starving. My berry cookies. Another one. I wasn't even looking and I already spotted 4 safety hazards on my stroll. Jesus, is he going with OSHA violations here? Such a poorly designed junction of pipes is incredibly vulnerable to changes in the furnace's power output. Busy looking at a potential explosion. Well, good thing the old timers in the furnace don't have to stay in there much long. Hopefully by then they'll... Flower petals. Where did these come from? Blue snowdrops, huh? Let's to plant them back in Colombia. I didn't think they could grow in Kazdel. Times sure are a-changin'. Beep, beep. What's that? A dial? That's the guy. The detector is going nuts. It's really loud. It's not going to explode, is it? There must be a huge revenant fragment on this guy. Stop pulling at my sleeve. It's a bespoke coat. This guy, it's a living armor. Living armor? Ha! Haven't met such a rude girl since the cold cut. Starting to talk gibberish. The revenant must have possessed him. Paul, hold the box for me. You want to stuff the whole guy in? I don't think your box is big enough. Here it goes. Hey, get this box off my head before I lose my temper. Huh? Why are you also in the box? And why are you in pieces? He's making a run for it. I'll tie his hands. Bruh. Stay put. Your big head's gonna break the box. I don't need Ermi getting mad at me again. Let's get him to the furnace quick. They are a-changin' indeed. Bruh. And then the last one is Tin Man. As apropos. Top secret. Return to the beginning. What's in the can? Bruh. Look at that. Hee. It's revenant spirits, I'm assuming. Is he smoking himself? I'm gonna guess. Sure. Ermi, if you read me, please respond. Ermi? It's not working. Young Dial, could you please unbind my hands? I promise I won't run. At least let me have a smoke. No can do. I'm not letting you go until I get you back to the furnace. I told you, you've got the wrong guy. I've been meaning to drop by the furnace, but I really didn't escape from the thing. I have a Colombian ID in my shirt pocket. I could show you right now if you unbind my hands. It's a long trip from Colombia to Kazdel, isn't it? If you told me you were from Rim Billiton, I probably would have believed you. Ermi, can you hear me? Hey, hello? The box comms art structure has been ruined. You can slap it all you want, but that isn't going to fix it. How dare you? It's your fault my box got crushed in the first place. If I fix your little box thing for you, will you free my hands? Can you really fix it? Don't you pull any tricks or anything. I have my own methods to deal with you. I got it, little Dial. Relax, I'm not going anywhere. Hold on, are you actually buying this, Nymph? This guy gets possessed by the ancestors and you're ready to unbind him? Sure love getting your word in, kiddo. But you don't seem to know a thing about revenants or DI. DI are the only ones that can't be influenced by revenants. I'll free just one of your hands. Hey, how'd you break yourself out of that? You tricked me. I knew you were up to no good. I hope you can appreciate how much it hurts to have my hands bound for so long. It hurts, even though you've got iron skin. It's not iron, it's tin. And it doesn't exactly hurt, it's just... And the smoke. Between his metallic fingers is a single cigarette. It seems to have appeared out of nowhere. The odd man takes it to his mouth, takes a puff, then spins the cigarette around between his fingers before carefully smothering every spark of flame in his palms. Ah, that's good. You can't buy cigarettes this nice in Kazdel. I have to ration them. Hey, you promised you'd fix my box. I lied. Classic. A lich created the arts in that box, and those prideful bastards never think about repairability when they design things. It's not to say none of them earned their pride, though. Come on, you're just going back on your own word. Let me finish. You're looking for someone, aren't you? I can't fix the box, but I can help you find the lich who made it. How come you know who I'm looking for? I don't, but I think I don't need to. The strange man leans back as a puff of grey-whitish smoke gradually flows from his mouth. The smoke disperses into a rippling cloud like a stone being thrown into a pool of stagnant water. The Revenant's trace fluctuations sweep across the area, drowning all of Kazdel in silence. A brief moment later, the noise has re-emerged, and the puff of smoke has completely dispersed. Who are you exactly? Just who are you, mister? They call me the Tin Man. The Tin Man? Look, the one you're looking for is here. One can count all the revenants that walk the lands on one hand. Who might you be? He says he's the Tin Man. He says he's from Colombia. Kazdel is not ready for your return yet. Ooh. Hard to blame you. I never thought I'd ever come back here when I left. What did you come back for? He says he wants to go to the furnace. Nymphy. Okay, I won't interrupt again. Go ahead and ask. Then allow me to... Never mind. I suppose there's nothing else to ask. Normally, a guest of your pedigree would be received by my master, but... Your master? That stubborn old man? Let's not tell him. Save my vacation from going completely down the drain. If you'd like to visit and take a look beneath the soul furnace, I could bring you there without telling anyone. Shake said, not beneath it. I want to go inside it. Who do you want to visit there? Who else? Nymphy, have you gathered all the revenant fragments yet? They're all inside my box, here. Uh-oh. The young lich nods and nonchalantly throws the slightly misshapen box into the shadows behind her. Her gaze shifts back and forth between the Dial and the Revenant, then finally lands on the soul furnace that stands in the distance. Then let's go. Nymphy, I'll find another time to give you your reward, and here's the surprise I promised you. You want to go into the soul furnace for a walk? Can I really? Can I bring friends? So many kind people have helped us along the way. I could never have collected all the fragments so quickly without them. Ahem, to tell the truth, I've always wanted to go inside ever since I was a kid, just to see how it works. Well, as it stands, we've already broken multiple rules today, so... Give me just a minute, I'll gather everybody up. Everybody? Hold on. Right, for my reward, can I get some scrap or iron? Paul, help me explain it to Ermi, okay? Alright. The hell is happening here? Fucking field trip? Ah, youth. So motivated. Already sprang away like an arrow from the bow. I never introduced myself. I'm from down below, the slums as people call it. They call me the consultant there, and I speak for them, Mr. Tin Man and the Lich Lady. Please, call me Paul. Don't call me a lady. Don't you think that's very improper? Oh, kiddo, in certain ways, you're still far too young. This freaking music. 1, 2, 3, 4, and me, 5. All of us are here. Nymphy, this furnace is a dangerous place. Why did you bring this many people? And that little girl behind you? One child ticket, please. What the fuck is it? This is not a sightseeing spot and we don't sell tickets. No children either. Sorry, Cherry, I tried my best. Maybe next time? There's no next time. It's okay, Nymph. I was thinking that maybe the big furnace is full of flatbread like the little one we have. Turns out it's all dark and dirty and lame. What flatbread? We never bake anything with the furnace nodes. Your grandpa is still waiting outside, right? Quick, go find him. There are still so many people here. Now, what am I going to do to them? They all helped me a lot, and you promised me just now. They won't give you any trouble at all. Everyone, I need all of you to give me your own words, not just Nymphies. It doesn't matter to me. All I want is to take a good look at the work of that legendary designer. I've heard her signature is on the Soul Furnace's blueprints too. Is that true? Since when has the Soul Furnace had blueprints? You can look all you want, but no touching. What about you, Gargoyle? What are you looking at? There's a wide enough pipeline that leads straight out of the city. Gargoyles tend to be into complicated constructions like this. Don't worry, she's just checking whether the pipelines are sturdy enough. Right, I'm trying to see if we can crawl through them. What about you, Consultant? Trying to live your childhood dream, like you said before? Shrugs, is that not good enough of a reason? I didn't expect to see you here, Kalesa. What is a Naxiter who left her tribe doing here? Left my tribe? No, we just hold different ideals. As for what I am doing here, mainly, I couldn't bring myself to refuse such a sincere invitation from this cutie pie. And if I manage to learn a few extraordinary witchcraft rituals while inside the Soul Furnace, that's all the better. None of us here have any reason to lie. What's more, it was a Dial who invited all of us. I've finished the whole cigarette already. Are you done with the roll call yet? I don't suppose anyone's going against their word? Lich Girl, try not to pick up your master's bad habits. Liches used to have a pretty great reputation, but now... I'm not very well versed in history, but I can tell you are making things up. Okay, now, if everyone's ready, let's get going. Stay close. Don't fall behind. Hooray! You're the best, Ermi. I knew you would be more amenable than those old stuck-up fossils. What the hell is Fremont and Wishidel doing now, huh? Turn right at the next corner. There are potholes on the ground 3 steps ahead. Keep left. You can open your eyes now. We're here. So, this is what it looks like inside. What's that faintly glowing thing? The Witchcraft Core. This is the deepest part of the Soul Furnace. As far as I know, ever since it was built, only liches have come here to hold rituals to appease the revenants. And the last ritual caused the big fireworks that led all of us here. Anything else to share? Mr. Tin Man, should we proceed as we discussed? Sure, I'll keep an eye out for you. Fireworks were only an accident, and the ceremony wasn't completed. The master tasked me with finding the revenant fragments scattered all over Kazdel, and I entrusted this mission to Nymph. Nymph then got your help, which means my master owes all of you a favor. No, he owes all of us a favor. As the keeper of the Temple of Knowledge, a favor of his is most valuable indeed. You can accomplish quite a lot with it. But as his student, I've already decided in his place to use this favor to do something exceedingly difficult. I'm kinda getting the feeling you're about to say something horrible. Is it okay if I leave now? No way, I invited you here. If anyone's leaving, I'm leaving first. Ahem, it's actually nothing to be scared of. She's just being sulky that she got taught a lesson by the stubborn old man, and she's trying to win back some face. What face? The Revenant's face. I'll finish my master's appeasement ceremony without a flaw, so are you in? Yeah! Sorry, I couldn't stand that awkward silence, so I thought I'd make some noise. Like I said, I'm just here to admire that legendary designer's work. Since I've now seen it, I'll leave this Revenant business to the rest of you. Kept our eyes closed the whole time, and you're telling me you're already done? If it was just watching the ceremony, I'd be totally fine, but the Lich here seems to want us to be active participants. If we're dealing with Revenants, should we let Amiya know? And the Babel members too? All of us have seen how powerful the Revenants can be. Even little fragments were causing chaos all over Kazdel. Paul, stop sweating. It's not that bad. Not that bad? Think about it, Nymph. If it'd taken us just a little longer to get to any one of the fragments, what do you think would have happened? There would have been bloodshed if those gangs had drawn their blades, and that berserk colossus wouldn't have stopped its fist. And think about the risks when facing the revenants who have been burning in the furnace for centuries. Is that really something we can take on by ourselves? Yes. Like I said, I'll keep an eye out for you. A revenant. A powerful revenant who turned his back on his homeland, only to return as if nothing had happened. I have no qualms with this. I'm fine with it too. What's there to be scared of? We have such a badass ancestor looking after us. You're getting ahead of yourself, Nymph. Even with Mr. Tin Man here, it's not going to be easy to appease the ancestors with just a few of us. Why do you think it'll be hard? We met so many people on our way here. Everyone may live pretty hard lives, but we're all living life to the fullest. Maybe the ceremony failed last time because the ancestors has heard enough nagging. I mean, when all you ever hear is the future and sacrifice, blah blah blah, how is anyone supposed to cheer up? If we tell them about how people in Kazdel live these days, that might drive up their enthusiasm. Besides, the Revenants might still remember that legendary designer. They might know her true identity. That sounds splendid, count me in. We've made it this far, we can't go back empty-handed, and if the Revenants can show us a secret passageway out the city, then you're in too. Paul, what do you say, still hesitating? It's a bit of a risk, but I can't think of a reason to not go for it. I'm in. Okay, then let's throw the ancestors an appeasement ceremony like they've never seen. What do you think, Mr. Tin Man? I'm intrigued. I said yes to the Lich Girl there because she said basically what you just did. Huh? Really, Ermi? We're the ones who will walk the path of Kazdel's future, not them, so... Of course we have the right to do this. Now, cover your ears. I'll begin the incantations. Huh. Let's try again. Relax. Flawed souls, come near and heed my call. In the flames, as your bloodlines melt away, heed my call. What's going on? There's no response at all. Mr. Tin Man, are you still there? Maybe I've gone too deep. I'm not getting any response. Did I do something wrong? No, if I turn back now, I'll be admitting to a failure before it's even over. In the shapeless shadows, spots of cold light revolve around my consciousness, leaving layered trails behind them. Once you try to understand the logic within, you will immediately lose yourself in it. Stop, think. These are the Revenant's fragments. I remember now. I try bringing them together, but they keep escaping through my fingers like stardust. They are talking. There's one, two, a lot of voices slowly drawing near me. The coldness fades away and the frigid ice burns bright. I can feel it. Agitation, hatred, chaos. It's more than them not hearing my cries. They are simply ignoring me. Ultimately, they are annoyed. They want to tear me apart. Well, they're grumpy. Step back. 3, 2, 1. Cut your senses off and step back. Fucking bright flashes. Emmy, are you okay? You were standing there shaking. That was scary. I'm alright. Where's Mr. Tin Man? He's over there by the wall. He hasn't moved for a while now with his head down, and I'm not sure what's going on with him or if those metallic joints ever ate. The ceremony, did it work? I was returning the fragments to the Revenants, but I almost lost myself in their consciousness. It was the Tin Man who saved me. Not a big deal. I just offered a hand. You could have handled it by yourself, although it would have taken more time. He was standing still the whole time. Why the sound feels like it's echoing inside my head. Not a bad thing for kids to have that kind of drive, but you went too deep. Good thing you have an old man like me to watch you from ashore and occasionally drop the odd pearl. But the Revenants didn't heed my call. I half expected as much. Having spent so many years in the furnace, their brains have been torched. No, they haven't had brains in a long time. True. You, the schemy kid, yes you, give me a hand. Take the notepad from my coat's inside pocket and a few pens too. You aren't going to suddenly wake up and grab my hand, right? Like that kind of thing in the horror stories? I'm not that cliche. Once you have the notebook, write down whatever you want to say to the Revenants, tear the pages out and burn them. The lighter's in my pants pocket, or use arts, either way. Will that really reach them? They can't make me look bad, right? Write down whatever you want, but I suggest topics that might be interested in. Hey, what do you folks want to know about? Things about Kazdel. Write them down. Tear the pages out, burn them. What are you doing right now? I ran into an old friend. We're catching up. Don't worry about me. Oh boy. I'm finished. Ermi, make me a fireball, will you? Can't you manage simple arts like that? Never mind. Who else has something ready to burn? No need, I found the lighter. Nymph, what did you write? Not telling. Wishes don't come true if you say them out loud. Aren't making a wish. Can you feel it? The furnace seems to be shaking. I can see it. The ancestors have manifested. Time to talk about you. Me? Actually, he came to me back then too, but I didn't go with him. Saw the bones on him, flattering away. Were you in there? Don't remember. Memories don't do anyone any good here other than adding to the suffering. You still recognized me. Because I loathe you. We loathe you. Our resentment fanned the flames. It's what he wished. You lot certainly have a reason to loathe. I find myself with hard feelings every now and then too. Should never have returned. Why are you here? Let's just say I'm here to see old friends. I've spent too much time in Colombia, waking up every morning to see a bunch of newly invented gadgets, but sometimes I reminisce on old times and old friends. That's why I decided to take a vacation and came back here. It's been centuries, and I heard Kazdel got rebuilt again. I was curious what the place would be like. I heard that they'd be renovating this furnace soon and there would be a celebration to release all of you. Though I wonder if you'll last that long. It's more of a funeral, an endless funeral. I'm aware. Revenants, all of you died long ago, but you need a funeral nonetheless. I understand that, I do. In some parts of Colombia, you tell jokes about the dead at funerals. Everybody laughs and forgets the teary parts. I think that's a pretty good tradition. More places should have funerals like that. I just so happen to have met some interesting kids and they got some interesting ideas. Why not hear what they have to say? Think of it as a rehearsal for your funeral. Try not to scare them though. They are all good Kazdelian kids. It's Grandpa. It's only been a second. Why are my legs so stiff? Seems I need to find some time for a spa treatment on my joints. Where's my lighter? The schemy boy took it. Can you feel it? Furnace seems to be shaking. I can see it. The ancestors have manifested. Nymph, watch out. Come over here. You think you have the right to stand before the revenants and talk about the future of Kazdel? Not only the future, what I wrote is probably more like legends and folktales. Those mercenaries sounded pretty confident, and I wasn't sure if it was true. So I figured I would ask you if there was ever really a Kazdel city that fell straight to the ground, leaving only a big pit. You would curse Kazdel to be buried in the earth over a mere squabble? Curse? Perish the thought. If such a place actually exists, I want to see it. I might just find some lost treasures I could use to expand my style. I've already thought up the exhibition's title, The Lost Kazdel, Echoes of Eras Past. Sounds classy, don't you think? There's been so many castles over the course of history. Maybe one of them really did come crashing down. I'm just running my mouth, don't get mad at me. But I wrote as my hopes for Kazdel's future. Nothing too wild. Really. Let's see. In the new Kazdel, the Sarkas help one another and outsiders no longer have to crowd on the city outskirts. People come here for better lives regardless of race, and there is no royal court anymore. Paul, did you write that? That's mine. Didn't I burn it? How did you find it? Regardless of race, no royal court. Can you see what I wrote? Yes, well, your vision is pretty bold, Gargoyle. I'm afraid it may never come true. A lot of people said the same thing a lot of years ago to another gargoyle. Whispers, Ermi, which step of the ceremony are we on? We're not on any step. And ever since the ancestors showed up, I've completely lost control of this ceremony. Right now, the feeling I'm getting is that the ancestors are toying with us. Toying? They seem to enjoy hearing a different kind of stories. Crashing to the earth, flying into the sky, no royal court, and an entire city turned to revenants. You people come up with some wild ideas. Do you really think that compared to the way it is now, Kazdel will be better like that? If Kazdel makes its way towards one of them, only to find it's the wrong path, what will you do? There's no such thing as the wrong path. Nobody knows what form Kazdel will ultimately take, but all of us want the people here to live better lives. If life gets better, how could you call it the wrong path? Even if the path we end up taking is a treacherous one, it would be better than finding ourselves at a dead end, wouldn't it? There is no response from the furnace core. The Tin Man looks down once again, all while his fingers continue to rhythmically tap his other arm. Nymph feels her heart beating faster as the staff in her hand gets hotter. Come on, hurry up and say something. Nymph glances at Crowny to plead for help, but she sees only a dark shadow in the distance. If you think Kazdel would be better that way, then try it for yourselves. You will prove for yourselves whether the outcome is good or bad, and you will bear any consequences. Let's see if you truly have the right to find Kazdel a different path. A different path? To where? To the stories he just told. Yes, sir. We do be reforming Kazdel. Nice. We did it. Okay, what did we learn here? Okay, so the Soul Furnace is pretty much bye-bye. Some revenants are coming out-ish. There's still some revenants like him though. Naxeter, still not sure. Gargoyle, also not sure. I mean, you're gonna have your files at least, and a Dial. Alright folks, I did it before the event ends. I'm pretty sure I did everything here. Yeah. Shibiguchi. And now we're just waiting for IS freaking 5. See ya folks.